Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Back door. Score. Be 100%.
Sorry, Luke, I actually tried to laugh. Spot. Back door. You go. Pick now. I'm on just like it's done dirty by my Lewis, head. That's the ball. You. You missed the ball. You're lame. He's grabbing my leg. He just waits at the front.
Yeah, no, because he gets what?
Oh. Do it! Oh, nice. Lean low. Watch out. Yeah, over.
Jackson.
Yeah. Sorry, Jackson. I didn't know you got it.
But he's night on outside.
Oh, yes. Lewis can't catch him.
Night on outside.
Lewis is a hero. That's in the back.
In the side.
Over. In the back.
That was Hawkins, isn't it?
That was good of him when he played for Tony. That was great how he could get away with it. May Foss Lewis.
Right, we've got Luke.
No, watch out. No, back.
Hello and welcome to Tasmanian State League Round 4 action, brought to you on the live stream on the AFL Tas YouTube channel from Skybus Oval in Hobart. My name is Ryan Rosendale. Bring this one to you today alongside Bo Downham. We've got Lauderdale and Launceston. Bo, should be a cracking game. Obviously, two sides on different end of the scales, but hopefully we get a good contest in.
Yeah, it should be, Ryan. Good afternoon to everyone watching. It's a picture-perfect day out here at Lauderdale. It should be a really interesting game. Obviously, Launceston have got some massive outs, which we'll speak about pretty shortly. But interesting to see that Josh McGuinness and Alan Christensen are back this week. Obviously, they're really big inclusions. Sam Siggins will wait another 2 or 3 weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah, as far as I know, Siggo's back on Anzac Day, all things going to plan. So, yeah, but as you said, Bo, Bundy, Alan Christensen and Josh McGuinness, the former skipper, back after making some successful returns in the D-League from injury last week. As we look towards the Blues, as we said, a lot of outs there. The two biggest there are Dylan Riley, the former Hudson medalist, and Jake Kilby, the new ruckman. So given that they're going to go up against Hayden Smith and Andrew Phillips today, that's not what Coach Mitch thought would have wanted. Along with those two men, you've got Watton, Mazea, Franklin, Price and Smedley out. So in comes Scully, Malloy, Dwyer, Showermaker, who we believe is the younger brother of Ari, the St Kilda draftee. Buller comes in for the Blues, Hedger and Savage. So a lot of changes. So it'll be interesting to see how this Blues lineup, I guess, functions with all those changes, Bo. But I'll let you kick off first bounce in next couple of seconds.
Yeah, it will be quite interesting. Umpires in the field, Ben Bannister, Nathan Geeson, Ollie Pye. On the boundary, Tom Groom, Brody Lang, Riley Lee Heath. And in the goals, Josiah Gates and Mark Holmes. So some pretty experienced umpires out there this afternoon. We'll see. Looks like it will be Patrick Dwyer in the ruck and Hayden Smith as Dwyer just taps that one down. Smith, hooker, quick hand pass out, and then pursuit on there. It was that man, Nat Franklin, the captain, who will be wrapped up in the tackle. So
good tackle by the youngster. 14. Lenny Faulkner was the one that wrapped up the skipper. Yeah, I'll actually assume by how you thought the Blues played last week against the Roos. Obviously another loss, but continuing to improve this young side. The two ruckmen contest again. Wins it down to Dwyer, gives off to a teammate. He gets a handball out now to McCormack. He kicks the first ball inside 50 for the day. They're going to fly at the back. Good contest there between Rocky Barron and the Blues. So, Bo, you saw Launceston firsthand last week against Clarence, mate. Again, another loss, but an improvement on round 1 and 2. What did you make of Mitch Thorpe's side last week?
Yeah, they were competitive for a lot of that game, actually, but they just lost their way in the third quarter. A lot of highlights. Lenny Faulkner played well. Rocky Barron from Longford as well. So, interesting to see how they go today.
Hopefully they can do a little better today. Good tackle applied there on Finn Rackett. So we'll get another ball up here.
Wasn't too many standouts from their team last week though, Ryan, so hopefully a few more senior players can stand up from what they have.
Guys like Liam Jones who applied that tackle to stand up along with the skipper Brody Powerfreeman. As we said, no Dylan Riley today, and also obviously they've lost Jake Hines over the off-season, so they'll need another avenue to goal. Potentially a guy like Sam Foley could pop up. Isaac Hyatt knows how to hit the scoreboard, so Mitch Thorpe will need a couple of more avenues to goal as the ball comes back in now. Smith wins that down. Good at the front there, I should say, by the Blues. Jones is tackled immediately. Might have been a dangerous tackle there from the umpire. I think he's called potentially. No, so might have been one missed there on Liam Jones.
Smith and Dwyer. Smith tap down, hooker, quick hand pass off. Jones is going to just race forward to that one. Last line in defence, Lauderdale are going to just thump the kick out. Nice mark taken there from Burling. Played well last week, Burling. Had a little bit of an injury concern. You can see Coach Mitch Thorpe there just telling him to take his time and take the kick. He did really well last week, Josiah Burling. They obviously got thumped all around the park last week, Launceston, but one of the standouts of last week's game. So the perfect start for Launceston. Kick crosses the paint of 50. Burling will just score a minor point. So 0-1-1 to 0-0-0.
The score of the day. Josiah Burling's obviously come back into the TSL this year after, I believe, a year away at NTFA level. So kick out now from Poland. He can't find a target. It's gone straight back to that man in Burling. So I think it might have been out on the full. He'll get the free kick. Comes inside now, kicks back inside 50. So repeat inside 50 to the Blues. Over the back, there's a fly from Jones. Can't take the mark. Tackled immediately. Might not have been Jones there as we look to get a far side of the ground. We are here at Skybus Oval. So Smith will contest again. That was the ruckman in Dwyer. Gives off to teammate in the skipper in Franklin. He goes straight to his opposing skipper in Powerfreeman. Kick away now to the top of the goal square. Good spoil through the goals there from Alex Constantina. So another behind now, as we see there on screen, Bo, Josh McGuinness. Great to see that man back at senior TSL level. We know what a star he is. He missed the last 4 games of last year through a groin and hip issues, and he missed the opening 3 this year. So great to see McGuinness back. There's that boot. Gives off to Reece Sutton. He's going to look to bring it inside now. Gives a kick off, a good one. He's found a teammate in Martin. He brings out wide to commentary side position. That's Robbie McManus, another veteran that's come back into this lineup this year after a few years away at Dodgers Ferry. He brings back inside to McGuinness.
Not sure many people know this, but I'm pretty sure Josh McGuinness was drafted to Brisbane, so he's a high talent player, Josh McGuinness.
He definitely is Josh McGuinness. He's one of the best players this competition's seen in the last 4, 5, 6 years, Josh McGuinness. He's an absolute gun. Smith can't take the mark, comes down to a teammate though. He kicks inside 50. Who's there? Christensen. He can't get hands on the footy. Tackled immediately. Set upon though there by Jeremiah Perkins. So good to see that man out there too, Bo. He 63 this year, not one we usually see from Bundy, but he's taken on that number this year.
Of course, the Geelong Premiership player. It'll be interesting to see the ruck battle. Andrew Phillips and Hayden Smith rotating. Phillips was actually listed as full forward to start off the game. He was down there in the goal square, so interesting to see how Christensen can manoeuvre this ruck battle against a pretty inexperienced ruck combo. Hooker just slapped it, couldn't quite.
Good tackle
Get
by
the hand pass
Blaschke.
out, and then McCormick will get wrapped up. Craig Blaschke, obviously a multi-talented athlete, pretty good in cricket as well for the inclusion Tasmanian team. You see, they're up and failing to get it beyond where the first ball up was, and we'll see another tackle laid.
Spoke to Craig Blaschke during the week for the Mercury newspaper, and he was absolutely ecstatic that he was able to make his debut for his beloved Bombers. As you see, Bowie's a multi-talented sportsman, but he said that rated up there was the best best footy decision and he's ever made. It was to come to Lauderdale and make his senior debut. It was a career highlight.
Great guy as well, as we see McCormick out to that outer wing, spoilt there. McGuinness is going to run onto this one. Faulkner, McGuinness wins the race, hand pass out to Sutton. Goes back inboard, shrugs the tackle was Franklin, and then hand passes it off to Bell Chambers, who takes a run down the wing. Christensen's going to try it, just bounces over him, and then the hand pass out was good from Atkins. Foley had a pretty good game last week, Sam Foley, considering all things, and a nice mark taken there, strong mark taken from Connor McCormick, who again did play some reasonable football last week. He just looked to go down the line right.
Down the line now, commentary position. Good mark taken over the back there from the Blues. That was Bailey Gillow, the vice-captain. So he takes it over Reece Sutton. So you mentioned Andrew Phillips earlier, but I'm not sure we've seen him out there yet. We'll try and get any confirmation on late changes, but I think we're yet to see Flip on the ground. It's kick forward now from Ben Hyatt. Josh McGuinness will be first with this footy for the Bombers. He's got time and space, does McGuinness. Stops, kicks up the wing. Teammate found a Saul Boscott. So the former Signet Premiership coach, he kicks back inside now. Tries to find a teammate. Hooker's there. Can't take the mark. Blues repel through McCormack. It's back in Bombers' hands. Handball over the top. Manus gives to Bell Chambers. Bell Chambers inside. Kicks wide to Sutton. He's got a paddock to run into. Does Reece Sutton. He goes long to goal. Can he kick the first of the day? That never looked like going through. That one's out on the full. So not the best work there from Reece Sutton. So 7.5 minutes gone here at Skybus Oval. Launceston 2 behinds to Lauderdale yet to score. Other TSL games on the live stream for today. A couple of early starts. We've got North Launceston as that ball smothered out of bounds by the Bombers. We've got North Launceston hosting Glenorchy up at Utah Stadium. That was a 1 o'clock start. So earlier start for those two teams. And then over at Launceston Arena, we've got the Godomsky Rewalt Trophy clash between Kingborough and Clarence. So originally Bo was scheduled for a Friday, for a last night, given that Jack Rewalt was originally meant to play that game, but given his Fox footy commitments, he's had to reschedule.
Martin and under, and then again just failing to pick up the ball here. It's very scrappy early. Cosentina kick to the top of the goal square. Nice fist out there from Atkins. Great to see that man Joe Gregory back patrolling the boundary. Had a few weeks off with injury in the D-League, but he's worked his way back, and he'll love that shout out, Joe Gregory.
I love your umpire shout outs, Bo.
Great man, Joe. So only the 2 points to speak of early in this game, and we suspect that Andrew Phillips might not be out there. We're just getting confirmation shortly, but we haven't seen him out there as a deft tap out there from Pfeiffer. Hand pass off, Cosentina. Hat kick out. Nice mark taken there from Tyler Martin, who's drifted down forward, the vice-captain. Usually playing some minutes in the back line, but he's drifted down forward and going to look to get the first goal of the afternoon, Tyler Martin, the number 26. Yeah,
terrific player, Tyler Martin. Really, he's been a stalwart in this lineup for years, Bo, but broke out last year at centre-half back, and I think top 3 finish in Lauderdale's BNF, so terrific start for him today.
Martin just crosses over, kick is on its way, goal umpire barely had to move, straight over the hat. Tyler Martin kicks the first of the afternoon.
Yeah, terrific start there from Tyler Martin, as I said. Really came into his own last year, and as you said, Bo, usually we see him in defence the last couple of seasons, but potentially given that as we await confirmation on him, Andrew Phillips is actually listed today. He might have been laid out, we believe. So maybe Tyler Martin has been earmarked for that role alongside Cam Hooker inside 50. So we know Sam Siggins still yet to play. Jordan Lane, the recruit from Port Melbourne, Kingborough, made his D-League return today and from all reports got the run unscathed in managed minutes. So Jordan Lane could potentially come back in with Siggins next week, and we know. Yep, and we know what Michael Blackburn, he's not far away either. So plenty of options tall for the Bombers, and Tyler Martin might be the man there today. His footy goes back up in the middle. Powerfreeman gets his kick away, the Blues skipper inside 50. The fourth one for the Blues today. As they get around one, there's Liam Jones, and he's just missed that. So Mitch thought the coach of Launceston would be pretty happy with his start, I think, but the one thing he would like to get tidied up is their accuracy at goal. As Poland brings that one back out now to McGuinness. So he's got Poland back on for an option. He doesn't go there. He goes across the boundary, keeps it just inside to Tom Ratcliffe, and he's going to go back to Josh McGuinness. So plenty of early touches for the former skipper. He takes a bounce inside defensive 50, brings one wide to a teammate. He's going to go over to Bell Chambers. So just some short, sharp kicks here from the Bombers, trying to get control on this ball game. Bell Chambers back inside to Poland. Another player back to Lauderdale this year. He's found a teammate on the far wing. That was Rackett. He gives off to Boscott. What can Thor Boscott do with a footy? Kicks inside 50. It's a good kick right out in front of Alan Christensen. And the coach looks to give it off immediately. And he's found a teammate. He can't take the mark, though. I think there might be Cam Hooker on the deck. Kicked 6 last week as we try to get eyes. It was Cam Hooker, Bo. So unselfish play there from Alan Christensen. And Cam Hooker was an absolute star last week. 6 goals inside 50 alongside Andrew Phillips, who I believed from memory kicked 5. So 11 between those two gentlemen. 14 in the first half last week against Glenorchy.
Martin, and then it will be Fife up. Snap kick on goal from Tilly. Registered for a minor. So, still no confirmation yet at Andrew Phillips, but we suspect he might not be here this afternoon. Maybe a laid out. We see Burling with the football at the top of the goal square. Burling. Kick to that outer wing of the tip. Nice long kick. Nearly strong hands taken there from McCormick. Tearing McCormick it was. Barron. And we'll see the laid in. And McGuinness will snap that one up there at full back.
Potentially a jumper change either there, Bo.
Yeah.
25 for the Blues on our team sheet, so we'll also try to get confirmation on that, as I think a 50-metre penalty was paid to Josh McGuinness, so it'd have to be close to double-digit touches for Josh McGuinness already. So perfect return to TSL senior footy for that man. He's just in the middle of the ground now. He's got a teammate wide if he wants him. Elects to go shorter to Bell Chambers. Second year back in the TSL for this man after a stint over in Victoria with former coach Darren Winter. Kicks inside 50. Hooker flies. Can't take the mark. Good defence there from Seth Pfeiffer. So Cam Hooker, sorry, that was Tyler Martin. Got my tools confused. So Tyler Martin has been very prominent early in this game. Gives it off to the skipper in Franklin. He gives it out to a teammate in Ratcliffe, who's found that man. I think it is Hooker on this occasion. It is. So Cam Hooker has made a terrific return, I should say, to TSL football. Kicked 6 goals last week. 5 straight, I believe, up until half-time. And I think he finished with something like 17 disposals, which followed a week before against Northonny, where he finished with 3 goals, 4 and 23 touches. So Cam Hooker has made a terrific return to TSL footy. Can he put through his first today? Can Hooker? Umpire does not move a muscle. That's Hooker's first, the Bombers' second, and they lead this one by 10. 2-1, 2-1, 13, plays 0-3-3 as we tick over the 14-minute mark. Chuck over to Bo, and I'll bring you some score updates from around the grounds. So 14 and a half minutes gone as Bo. Score updates for us.
Yeah, Clarence yet to score, it looks like, thanks to the TSL app. 0-3-3, and then the Tigers 1-1-7. I assume that hasn't updated as of yet, but at Utah Stadium, Glenorchy well and truly in the hunt. 3-5-23 to 2-3-15. Glenorchy trailing up there at UTAS Stadium, City Park. Have all the action for you there as we see Sam Foley wrapped up in the pretty strong Lauderdale tackle. Umpire Stevenson will throw the ball up. Smith, pretty convincing tap down. Spin move out there from Franklin. Just passes it out to Graf. Powerfreyman sits it out in front of a teammate. Presnell. Smith gets the hand pass out. Sutton. Chip kick over the top. Fletcher hooker. Come back last year for a string of games coming from Southport. Finds his brother
50. No.
in hooker. Sets to the top of the square. And then we'll just see a free man out there, Tyler Martin. So he'll look to get his second of the afternoon. Tyler Martin just found a bit of space out there. Patch of grass. Launceston's defending hasn't been one of their strong points this year. We usually would say it is, but a lot of losses with Jameson House out of last year. A few more outs, of course. It was a pretty rough off-season for him. As we see Tyler Martin going that left boot. Sides it up the goals. And it will just hit the post.
So, yeah, as both said, a lot of outs from those premiership years. The three-peat, they've lost a lot of players since those glory days. Another one of those is Jaden Hines, a prominent half-backer for Launceston. Another defender they really missed, but there's a new wave coming through and they've still got some experienced heads there in Powerfreyman and Riley, who's not out today. His footy's back in the centre of the ground now. They can't get clean possession there as they Malloy gives off to a teammate in Faulkner. It's back in Bombers' hands now through Perkins. Perkins gives off to Poland. He's going to bring it back inside to a teammate there in Nat Franklin, the skipper. He gives a handball off to the former skipper, who just uncharacteristically fumbles. And it's back in the hands of Faulkner. He gives a handball to a teammate. That's Ben Hyatt. What can he do from about 40 out? Ben Hyatt. That looks pretty good, but it's just missed. So again, opportunity gone begging for the Blues. 2-2-14 plays 0-4-4. Footy back in Lauderdale hands. Going to bring it to the commentary side wing now. Nice kick off the boot, but it's intercepted well there by Launceston. That man was number 22 in McCormack.
Great to hear that our man Macca, the cameraman, who's not there today, but Brent Costello have messaged in and they're watching the game from Bendigo, Ryan. So
Macca, one of the best camera operators in Tasmania.
Season ticket holder for Lauderdale, I heard.
Yes, big Lauderdale fan, Macca. He'd be very happy with their recruits over the off-season. Good tackle laid there on hooker. Burling kicks that one back inside 50. Mark not taken there by Hyatt. Bombers had the numbers. And they have their boundary line as their friend. Calls for deliberate. Umpire says, no, I'll have it. So I think Mitch Thorpe would be pretty happy with this stuff, Bo. There was a danger given the listed outs they had and probably a benefit. As I think we can probably say now for sure that Andrew Phillips isn't out there. We haven't seen him yet in 17 minutes of action. So given that they had lost Kilby, who they got from the NTFA this year, the fact that they've only got to deal with Hayden Smith today is probably a major benefit for Launceston.
Still not easy though. You can see that silver service he just gave there to Franklin. And Powerfreyman is wrapped up in the Sam Chili tackle, diving on it. Chili, how's the umpire going to say this? Holding the ball.
Sam Draper like from last night, Bo.
Great stuff there from Powerfreyman, just showing a bit of intent. That's what we want to see out of this Launceston team, just some fight. Hand passes it off to Burling. Inside forward 50 kick from Burling, crashing the pack. Dribbling kick on the boundary from Hyatt. Will register another minor score. So 2-2-14 to 0-5-5. Ideal start here from Lauderdale, but Launceston won't be too displeased. There's a nice mark is taken there from Franklin, who's moved up further afield, out to that interchange box side. Christensen, chip kick over the top, finds a teammate in Perkins. Perkins spots a lead, just a little bit too hard for Boscott. Twisting, turning, hand pass it off. Christensen, snap on goal. Alan Christensen, a volleyball spiked over for a minor, Ryan.
You would have loved that. Christensen on his return to the State League, senior level I should say, finished last week in the D League with 4 goals. Not every day you see a former AFL Premiership player by running around in the Tasmanian State League development comp. But it was a good decision from the coach. Wanted to get some miles under his legs after interrupted pre-season. So couldn't get through his first of the day there as the Blues bring this one back out. No free kick there on the Blues player and Ben Hyatt as the umpire calls for a throw in. So ticking in a time on, almost time on now in the first quarter. Just mentioned earlier, I think Mitch Thorpe would be pretty happy with his start. Clearly the accuracy isn't what he would have wanted, but to be only 10 points down late in this first quarter, he will be very happy with that start. As we see great Ryan Wiggins on screen there. Good to see him back around footy circles, a former Lauderdale Signet player. One of Tasmania's best. Footy's on the back of that pack, and the umpire will call for another ball up. Craig Blaschke in there, kicked one goal on debut last week. Great to see him hold his spot in this talented side. Comes out to a team, to the Blues there through Foley. What can they do here? McCormack and Sutton. Good tackle by Sutton. He's held him up well. So another ball up here.
By Stevenson to throw this one back up. Dwyer and Smith to go at it. Smith, nice tap down. Silver service to Franklin. Hand passes out in front of a teammate. And now Phil Bell Chambers to the one-on-one. Christensen brings ball to ground. Hooker just got spoiled by Boscott in the end. Retreats back to Bailey Kelp, who just hacks a kick out. Powerfulman can't quite mark it. Too hot to handle for him. Continenza has him for company. Gillow. Nice little stab kick out to Foley. Umpire calls play on though. Foley sells Candy and hand passes it out to Pfeiffer. The big man will just thump a long kick in the vicinity of inside forward 50. Barron nearly got the pick up. Did twist and turn. Snap on goal from Rocky Barron. Launceston's first.
Yeah.
Rocky Barron, great goal.
Yeah, terrific goal, bloke. As you said, that's terrific stuff there from Rocky Barron. He's been dangerous early, especially when they had those repeat inside 50s in the first 5-10 minutes of this quarter, and Mitch Thorpe would love that. Some reward for effort there from Lauderdale, from Launceston, I should say, and the turnover really just cost the Bombers there. They turned it over, and then they could have taken a mark at half back, drop mark, 2-on-1 situation, and Rocky Barron is the beneficiary of that entry inside 50. So 15 plays 11 now as we tick into the 22-minute mark of the first quarter.
Looks like a really dangerous small forward, Rocky Barron. Obviously,
he does.
Watching him last week, he just looks like he could tear a game apart down there in the small forward role.
It's probably what they needed too. We know Jake Hines, he's a uber talent. Jake Hines has gone back to NTFA level this year, so they need someone. Clearly, Barron's not the calibre of player that Jake Hines is at this point in his career, but I think we have a blood rule coming off. I think 11 maybe Pfeiffer. So yeah, as I said, Rocky Barron potentially earmarked by Coach Mitch Thorpe to play that role alongside Dylan Riley when he comes back in.
Coming from Longford.
Yep. So early start now is good for Rocky Barron as we have delay in play. Umpire about to throw this footy up. So Dwyer and Smith contest. Footy comes down. Hooker's there. Smith, kick off the ground from Dwyer. Worked out well, went to Foley. Kick out wide. Bombers have the numbers through McGuinness. He's racking up the touches. He's a former skipper. The mark almost taken there. Dropped on his chest from Robbie McManus. So the veteran probably like his time again, but good to see him back at Lauderdale. Obviously, a member of this side when they were at the top of the state league ladder in those 3 years, consecutive grand final losses to North Launceston. Spent a number of years as player and coach at Dodgers Ferry in the SFL. So good to see him back in the state league for the final year of the competition. His footy goes back out. So 23 and a half gone, Bo.
I think that would be pretty attractive for players, obviously. The last year of the state league, you can see that there are still some signings as Milwaukee have signed another player up pretty early. So
saw that the other day, so
must be an attractive option to try and get the last premiership of the Tasmanian State League, as we see Pfeiffer, I think it is. In fact, it's McCormick. Will go out wide to a teammate in Presnell. Hits up a lead. Gillow looking inboard. Yeah, they used to play their footy Launceston before they lost all that star power. Going through the middle. Presnell inside forward 50. Barron just left it behind. McGuinness has him. Barron socket off the ground. In front of Fletcher Hooker, who gets the nice ground ball. Hand passes it off to McManus. McManus hand pass off. Blaschke dashing off half back now. Great sight. Spots up a teammate in Martin. Great build up here from Lauderdale. Out in front of Thorpe Boscott. A little bit too hot to handle for him. Burling does well to keep his feet. Great stuff there from Josiah Burling on the eve of the half-forward line.
Yeah.
Finds Sam Foley, who had a really good game last week, Sam Foley.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders now in this side, Sam Foley, and you said there about Josiah Burling, 2-on-1, so they should have won that contest there, the Blues, and they did. Rocky Barron takes a strong mark, so started to get himself into this game now as a youngster. His first year in TSL footy, kicks a long ball inside 50. Might have been a free kick. I think it might be, as Finn Rackett has some words with the umpire. What's the decision here? I think it's going to come back to a free kick. So the Blues will get a set shot deep inside 50. With not much time, you'd think, left in this quarter, so they could potentially take the lead here, which would be ultra pleasing for Coach Mitch Thorpe.
Umpire Caleb Berkery there is also a CTPL umpire who did National Carnival this year for cricket. So again, we're seeing a lot of crossover between sports here, which is great to see. Obviously, winter and summer sports here in Tasmania. It's great to have all the officials and players playing, obviously.
So Ben Hyatt is the man with the footy. Can he give Launceston an unexpected quarter-time lead here at Skybus Oval? Ben Hyatt makes no mistake. That's straight through the big sticks, and the Blues take a late lead here by 2 points. 15 plays 17 as we just tick into the 26-minute mark of the first quarter. So a lot of reward for effort here in the last 5 or 6 minutes for Launceston. As we said, repeat inside 50s in the opening couple of minutes, and it sits at 2-3, 15 to 2-5, 17. So 7 scoring shots to 5. I'm sure the message from Coach Mitch Thorpe at quarter time would be relatively positive. Said, given the amount of outs they've got today and the amount of young kids that have come in.
I wouldn't have thought they'd be in this position too many times this year already. Obviously, it's only round 4, but I don't think they'd be in this position going into quarter time with a lead. As we see Smith, Foley just off the hands of him. Hayden Smith, hand pass out. Perkins was the intended target. Now Foley, Gillo, all linking up. Powerfreeman dashing off half back. Hooker's going to try get him. Powerfreeman just outruns him. Inside forward. 50 kick nearly and a diving mark. Paid there to Lenny Faulkner as we see Mitch Thorpe pat him on the back. Faulkner looking inside forward 50.
Calling for it. I know, he's going to go.
Faulkner. Long kick inside forward 50. Barron flew just off the hands of him trying to take the mark. And now out wide to Luke Patton. His first touch of the day. Patton. Off the hands of Kelp. Blaschke in and under. Foley has him in a really strong tackle. Craig Blaschke will be wrapped up there, just enjoying his football.
Good to see him work up the ground too, Bo. We know Alan Christensen, speaking to Cam Hooker also during the week, said that he loves his forwards to work up the ground. Smith taps that directly into Foley's stomach. He's tackled immediately, so we'll get another ball up. So a long quarter here at Skybus Oval. 27, 28 minutes almost gone. Smith just slaps that one. It comes back to him in the end. Gives off to a teammate there in Tom Ratcliffe. Comes out to Jones for the Blues. And now it's in the hands of Tilly. Tilly's going to run and carry through the middle of the ground. Can the Bombers get one late here in the first quarter? Comes out to Patton. He takes on an opponent there. That was Pfeiffer. Luke Patton, can he kick one now? He can't. So opportunity gone being late for Lauderdale. 2-4-16 to 2-5-17. So I think the siren isn't far away here as Brody Powerfreeman looks to be coming in to take this kick out. The skipper he is.
They'll just look to close this quarter off here, Launceston. They'll just try, as we see, they'll go long to that outer wing. Powerfreeman, nice kick out. Barron flew again. He's got the leaps there, as we see a nice strong tackle late. And another ball up, Tyler Martin there. Probably not the worst idea to have Tyler Martin. Obviously, Josh McGuinness coming back. He can really put him anywhere along the ground. Wire and Smith. Silver service there from Smith. Sits it out in front of Tilly. Hack kick out, inside forward 50. Tilly, a little bit too hot to handle. Hooker, clever. Alan Christensen, twist, turns, snap on goal.
Another miss from Bundy.
So, all even here. And this looks like it'll be a really enthralling contest.
That was terrific, smart set also from Cam Hooker. You called it. A little tap on that would have been a terrific bit of play that should have really been rewarded with a major. But
long quarter.
It's a long quarter, 29 and a half minutes. So Alan Christensen on return to TSL senior footy has 2 behinds. Josh McGuinness has plenty of footy in the back half. The man with it at the minute is Brody Powerfreeman, the Launceston skipper. So taking over that role as there goes the siren. As Powerfreeman and Christensen almost collide inside 50 late. So tied ball game here at Skybus Oval to end the first quarter. It's Lauderdale 2-5-17 plays Launceston 2-5-17. And as we said in that first quarter, Bo, you'd be pretty happy if you coach Mitch Thorpe for Launceston with that first quarter.
Yeah, you certainly would be. Mitch Thorpe will, young group, he'll keep going with the belief here that they're well and truly into this game. We'll just run through your goal kickers quickly. Tyler Martin with one and Campbell Hooker with one as well for the home team, and Ben Hyatt and Rocky Barron with one. So I think the message will be just dig in there because they're looking dangerous up forward. Obviously Rocky Barron, and they've got a few other players that will try to take this game on. But Christensen, I don't think he'd be too worried at the moment.
No, I don't think alarm bells yet for Christensen or Lauderdale. We do know they have a lot of talent out of this side. Obviously two experienced heads back today, but tied ball game here at Skybus Oval to end the first quarter, 17 apiece. So we'll be back with you in just a little bit and, to take the second quarter. Hello and welcome back to Skybus Oval for Tasmanian State League Round 4 clash between Lauderdale and Launceston. My name is Ryan Rosendale, bringing this one to you with Bo Downham, and we have a tied ball game here so far at the tip, as it's famously known. 2-5-17 plays 2-5-17. Rocky Barron and Ben Hyatt, the goal kickers for Launceston in the first quarter. And for the Bombers, Tyler Martin and Cam Hooker, the big tolls, got on the board as ball goes back up from the umpire. Hooker kicks inside. Oh, big contest there. Robbie McManus and Brodie Powerfreeman, two tough nuts of this comp. No one took their eye off the footy there. So McManus chases Foley, can't lay a tackle. Kick forward now, goes straight down the throat of Liam Jones, I should say. So one of the young guns in this lineup for Launceston. Jones kicks inside 50. Players fly, good punch over the back there from Finn Rackett. So get a ball up, a throw in, I should say, just in front of the club rooms here at Lauderdale Oval. 17 apiece. So this is a late game on the live stream today. The other two contests, a little bit of an early start, 1 o'clock and 1:30 at UTAS and Blunston respectively. As we know, only a 5-day break for 4 teams in the comp, given some Anzac Day footy coming your way next Thursday. Good tackle applied there from Launceston, not rewarded by the umpire. Probably should have been, and he's down hurt as that player. We wait to see who that is. Just obstructed view here from our commentary spot. 25, which we think, Bo, is the late in. So we still haven't got confirmation yet on who that player is from Launceston. Either a jumper change or a late in. He looks like he's got a little bit of an ankle concern or a lower leg issue. So, as I said, a couple of 5-day breaks for a few teams this weekend, given Anzac Day footy comes your way on Thursday. Those games coming to you on Thursday will be North Hobart and Lauderdale at North Hobart Oval. North Hobart with the bye this week, so they'll have an extended break, whereas Lauderdale will come off a shortened one.
Boyd Savage is the player there, right?
Thanks, Bo. So Boyd Savage is off with an ankle concern. We'll keep our eye on that. And the other Anzac Day clash will be out at KG5, the traditional one between Kingborough and Glenorchy. So footy back in, Foley with it. Good tackle applied on him, though. It's by Robbie McManus. So footy, just a bit of a stalemate to start this second term. Comes up, Smith wins it down, gets it down the throat of his skipper in Franklin, and he's tackled. Probably should have been holding the ball there, but the Bombers are going to get it anyway. Dangerous handball over the back to Poland. He's got a teammate on. He gives it to Rackett. Good mark taken there by the youngster. So he'll kick up the line.
Rackett. Long kick down the line. Flying there with Sutton. And now McCormick will end up with ball in hand. McCormick sells a bit of candy. Inside forward 50 kick. Jones at the back. Trying to get the mark there. And then Rackett will hand pass, or kick out I should say. Out in front of Christensen. Just diving on the football there, Alan Christensen. And now Atkins will be wrapped up. Still just getting a bit of confirmation on who's in for Lauderdale for Andrew Phillips this afternoon. Boyd Savage is in. Again, so yeah, still no confirmation as we speak, but he's obviously out. So another ball up here. A few stoppages early in this second quarter. 3 minutes and 40 seconds gone. Smith, nice tap down. Foley wrapped up in the strong tackle there from Tommy Ratcliffe. So
of afters there, Bo. Perkins, the ruckman in Dwyer. Sorry to cut you off, mate.
So just see a few more jumpers for Launceston around this contest. Smith, nice hand pass out. Tumbling kick from Ratcliffe. Did well there, the big man Seth Pfeiffer. Powerfreeman tied along the boundary. Kick to the interchange side. Nice mark taken there from our man Rocky Barron. So sizes it up. Kick inside forward 50. Nice body work there from the Lauderdale defender. Smith gets down. Bursting through there was that man.
I think it's Scully. Potentially
Scully.
one of the debutants, I should say. I'm not sure if he is a debutant, but one of the one of the multiple ins, I should say, inclusions today. Kick out there from Perkins. So he's got numbers on the wing. One of them's Hooker. Big tackle applied there on Hooker from Pfeiffer. Umpire says, I'll throw it in. So, as we said, no Andrew Phillips today for Lauderdale. So Hayden Smith set to do the ruck work alone. Potentially get a chop out at stages from a Tyler Martin. His whistle blows. It's the umpire's decision here. Blood rule, it looks like. So, second blood rule, I think, Bo, for the day. So, you get a little stop in play here. As both teams just look to assess. Might be some clarity out of the nostril, it looks. So, you'll get that fixed up from the medical staff at Launceston. As whistle blows to restart play. As 5.5 minutes gone. So Smith and Dwyer will contest. So Dwyer got his work cut out from today. Does the young fella against a veteran of this competition in Smith, but he's got the footy now. Disposes of it, and it goes to the skipper for Lauderdale in Franklin, but that's out on the full after he gave a handball off. Looking to the Lauderdale coach's box there, we can't see Andrew Phillips, so potentially just playing a bit of a background role today, not in the coach's box, given he isn't on the field. Fly from Poland, good spoil there from the key defender. We got another ball in. Still neither team yet to score in this second quarter. 2-5-17 apiece.
So Curtis Reid to throw the ball back in here. Deep inside. Seston's forward 50. Poland. In fact, I think it's Continenza will be wrapped up in that tackle.
Good to see him keep his spot too, but I believe came in late last week against Glenorchy. So good to see Alan Christensen keep the faith with a few young players.
Smith and that man, Malloy will do ruck battle. Spinning tackle there from Jones. Smith gets the hand pass out. He's been good today. Hayden Smith with his quick hand passes and power from him. In fact, it's Hyatt will cut that one off. He'll take a pretty big kick from Isaac Hyatt, I would have thought, but he's one of the premier players of this competition. One of the better small forwards going around up north.
Bear with us as we
won't track him just yet.
Camera issues. Now we're back.
So Isaac Hyatt basically kicking on the paint of 50. Unleashes on goal. Hyatt, it's a thumping long kick. Punched at the back there. Jones is going to get this first use, and then it will just trickle out of bounds for a throw in. So 2-5-17 to 2-5-17, all even. Stephen here at the tip.
I mentioned Hayden Smith before, Bo. He's a player that many weren't sure where he fit into this lineup this year, given the inclusion of Andrew Phillips. Sam Siggins has obviously played that ruck role since he's come back to TSL footy, but he's a player that Alan Christensen has kept the faith with, and he's been duly rewarded because he's had a terrific start to the year as Hayden Smith. As Boscott can't take the mark. He played the majority of last week in the ruck as we saw Phillips play as a deep forward alongside Hooker, which worked really well. 11 goals between those two gentlemen. But yeah, Hayden Smith, you love to see him still playing at Lauderdale because he's, apart from a stint, I believe, with the Western Storm in the early years of the competition, he's always been a Lauderdale player. So good to see that he wasn't potentially attracted to go elsewhere for more minutes. And Alan Christensen said, if you can come in this team and play your role, despite the acquisition of Andrew Phillips and the amount of tools we do have now, you'll earn your spot, and that's exactly what's happened. So great to see Big Smithy still in the lineup.
I was pretty surprised. Sorry, cut you off. I was pretty surprised to see him come back to Lauderdale. He played a lot of minutes in the D-League last year, and done well to crack back into this Lauderdale team.
He looks fit too. He looks really fit. I think he's probably had a massive pre-season, he's probably learned a lot too off Andrew Phillips, given that he's had that AFL experience. He's probably come in and helped Hayden a lot. So good to see him start his 2024 in good form as Poland gets the footy on centre half back, kicks inside to a teammate. Good mark taken there from Robbie McManus, I should say, as Christensen and Hooker, who can get this footy. Neither of those men. It was Sutton on the deck. Hooker with a kick off the ground, a grubby little kicker. Can't get it. McCormack's got the footy now for Launceston. Gives off to a teammate. Maybe a spoil. Late hit there from Tilly on Faulkner, and he put his arm up as a gentle apology. Umpire says no 50-metre penalty. So Faulkner with the footy. He kicks up the commentary side wing of Skybus Oval. Mark almost taken there from Barron. Bo Downham's man, I think Bo's going to like calling that name this season for Launceston. Footy in the hands of Powerfreeman now. The skipper kicks inside. Space in front of a teammate. Mark not taken there from Scully, but he puts it through the big sticks anyway. Does Max Scully. And it looks like he's got his first goal at TSL footy level. TSL senior footy level, I should say. And as you said, Bo, really classy finish there. Dropped the mark, but recovered well to spin around it and put it straight through the middle.
Well, it all started with that Brody Powerfreeman shrug tackle there, Ryan. And just the experience of him to get out of that tackle, play on. He saw Max Skelly there. And then for him just to regroup and pick that ball up, a really clean ground ball. And then looks like he's a natural left footer, so that makes it easier. But, yeah, absolutely... classy stuff, I should say.
Classy, yeah. So 2-5-17 plays, 3-5-23. 10.5 minutes just ticked over as we approach 11-minute mark. So Smith will go back and contest this one against Dwyer. Umpire goes up. Smashed ahead by Hayden Smith to the advantage of Hooker.
It looked like a set play, Ryan.
It did, yeah. You're spot on,
Hooker just pushing back on towards the square.
We know what talent they've got in that midfield at the minute too. Obviously no Bryce Walsh, former captain too of this lineup. He's out at the minute. So no Bryce Walsh, no Phillips as we've continually mentioned today. So a lot of talent still to come back in for Lauderdale. Footy inside 50 now. The goal kicker, Scully, tackled well. Drops the footy. Umpire says play on us. Rocky Barron around the body. Rocky Barron, the little goal sneak, has his second. And he is an absolute live wire early in this first half, Bo. That's 2 in a row for Launceston, and they've taken an early advantage here at Skybus Oval.
Our man, Ryan, puts it out to a 12-point margin, and Rocky Barron looks like a really silky player. He can get the ground ball and then regroup really quickly and snap on goal. And look, he looked dangerous last week, considering he didn't get a whole lot of the football. But now, just putting him into the game, we see a pretty stacked midfield here.
Yeah, just going to say, Bo, Alan Christensen knows he doesn't want this Launceston side that's full of youth and vibrant, a vibrant side to get any early momentum and kick 2 in a row. So he's coming in the midfield alongside Thor Boscott. So all the big guns in, all the experience too. Robbie McManus gives off to that man in Boscott. He goes wide and out to Perkins. He kicks forward, not quite inside 50. It's going to just trickle in now as Hooker just pushes it opponent away to get that over the line. Fletcher Hooker is one player that's speaking to Alan Christensen for a season preview for the Mercury boat. He had massive raps on Fletcher Hooker, what he could do this year. He said he had a big pre-season, and we know the experience of that midfield group. He said he's a younger player that is going to be inside there a lot this year and can learn a lot off those heads, and expected big things in 2024 from one of the younger Hooker boys. Is it Tyler Martin? Umpire blows his whistle. I think it's going to be a reset. Let you take this one, Bo.
Joey Gregory there with just a bit of a shallow throw in. We'll regroup here. Fletcher Hooker, really talented. Obviously, you don't get a spot on Southport's list if you're no good. We see Hyatt wrapped up in the Boscott tackle. So we've got some real talent this year, Lauderdale, and I think that's half the reason, or probably all the reason really, why they're touted so highly. Just didn't get the start that they wanted. Boscott, nice smother. Didn't get the start that they wanted for their 2024 campaign, but it looks like they're back on track now. Obviously still missing.
Competitive, those is the big thing. 2 losses, I think 7 points or 8 points to Clarence round 1, and then a couple goals North Bonnie. So 2 teams we expect to be in that finals mix. So definitely, I don't think Alan Christensen was danger signs early.
Shaping up to be a magnificent season here, the last season of the TSL. Hand pass out, hack kick out to the top of the goal square. Punching out, there was that defender, Sutton, tied along the boundary. Reece Sutton will be
behind
a point. A little bit excited there. See Burling to kick this one in.
Goes off to the skipper in Powerfreeman, just 15, you'd think there, Bo. That was very tight. Powerfreeman goes over, dangerous kick. Well cut off there from Hooker. They work it out well here through number 33 in Bailey Kelp. Kicks forward. Maybe infringed upon. Umpire says no. Bell Chambers with the footy. Goes off to a teammate in Ratcliffe. He brings inside to the coach in Christensen. He might have been pushed in the back. Umpire says no. And Poland set upon 2.
Just a bit of a scrap, it looks like here.
Yeah, Christensen clearly not happy with that, and he's down with Foley. So both teams coming in to fly the flag as umpire's going to reset in the middle. Keeps it in to the Blues. Good smother there from Boscott. Returns with a tackle. Might have been a high tackle. Advantage taken by the Blues through Jones. Umpire's going to blow his whistle again. So just some confusion here as to what's happening. I think it might be coming back for that free kick. Potentially a downfield, maybe, it looks like.
Great crowd here, Ryan. We've done 2 Lauderdale games now this season, and it looks like they've brought the supporters out. Why wouldn't you want to come watch this Lauderdale team? So we see Bailey Gillow thumping left foot kick inside forward 50. Poland's going to set himself, and that he does. Takes a nice mark, and Dwyer just gives him a little bit as he goes past him. Poland through the middle of Skybus Oval, hits up a lead. Hooker out to Bell Chambers, I think it was. Boscott tied along the boundary. Nice mark there. The former Signet coach, Thor Boscott, just looking for some options. They wanted to go fast. Nothing on. Boscott spins around to that right foot. Kick inside forward 50. Bodywork pushed under it. McManus, Foley has him for company. And now Powerfriman, hat kick out. Barron pushed up the ground. Strong tackle. How's the umpire going to see this? Might have been a dangerous tackle. Umpire didn't think so. Jones left it behind. Hooker, Tilly on the eve of 50 from outside. And now Lauderdale snap on goal. Patton. Goal just going to miss.
Man, that tackle bow on Rocky Barron was Tate Winner, so that's the confirmed in there for Andrew Phillips. So Tate Winner in for Phillips, not a like for like of any kind, but a seriously good young talent in this competition. Burling kicks it out, and that's going to go out on the full right in front of us here in the commentary position. So just ticked over 17 minutes now, and it's the Blues with a 10-point lead. 2 goals in this second quarter to none from Lauderdale as McManus just wheels inside. He had Hooker on short, elects to go longer to Martin. He flies, can't take the mark. Barron on the deck, gives off to Jones, he can't take it. Comes through Tilly, steps 1-2, gives a handball away. Footy in the hands of Fletcher Hooker, I think it is. We look to get confirmation on that, it is. So Fletcher Hooker kicks his first of the day, and that takes it back to a tighter game, 29 plays 25. So we're ticking at 17, almost 18 minutes gone. So good there from Lauderdale, 3-7-25 to 4-5-29. So some good reward for effort there. We saw both the experience go back in the middle there through Christensen and Boscott, McManus, Smith, and that's exactly what they would have wanted through repeat entries and finally a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. That was some nice coaching there from Christensen and his staff. Sam Tilley's a really valuable inclusion in there. I really like his game. Yeah. The first game I did, Lauderdale, his dash through the middle was really nice, as we see Hyatt. Hand pass off to Powerfriman, both electing to wear the pink boots. Powerfriman on the eve of the forward 50, standing in front there is Benny Williams, who goal umpired the Dev League today. Scrubby little kick out, finds McManus. Goes through the middle of Skybus Oval, but only Blue jumpers around. McCormick in the direction of forward 50. McCormick, fly there from Foley. Presnell's going to try hunt this one down. Faulkner, twisting, turning. Faulkner runs to 50, unleashes on goal, Lenny Faulkner. Williams last line of defence. And then hand pass off Hyatt, twisting, turning, snap on goal. Hyatt.
Goal.
Brilliant goal. Something out of nothing there for the Blues, and they make this lead back out to a 10-point game, Ryan. Yeah, terrific there from the Blues, and what Coach Mitch thought we'll love there is that they didn't make it easy to come out of that forward 50. Weren't able to take the mark, but some pressure deep inside forward 50 is always good from your small forwards. And Ben Hyatt kicks his second of the day. You mentioned a guy earlier, just before in that passage of play, about Sam Tilley. Love that he's back. Also another guy that I believe is back at
Skybus Oval this year. Haven't seen him yet as Harry Richmond. Two role players. We'll have to get confirmation from Lauderdale around where he is, potentially injured, but two really good solid players who probably didn't get the height that the other recruits did in the names of Phillips and Boscott and Lane as such. So a lot of talent back into the lineup as Foley gets it out of the middle, kicks to half forward. Two players contest. It's Tate Winter, the laid in. He's going to get a free kick ahead of Jones, so pushing the back on that occasion.
It's really interesting. Obviously, they've done a lot of recruiting. You have your star name players, and then you have Jordan Lane, who's set to come in, Richmond, as you said, who could be playing, and then you've got a lot of players on the sidelines who could be in this team as well.
Powerfreeman might have been taken without it. Brady Powerfreeman umpire missed one there, you think. Foley spins out of trouble with a pirouette there, kicks inside, but Mark's going to be taken on the last line of defence. I think that's Rackett. He comes wide to a teammate in Suki. He kicks to McGuinness, and he can't get clean possession of that one. Can Josh McGuinness in his first game back at TSL senior level. So 20 minutes gone now in the second quarter. Half-time approaching. Bring you some score updates at half-time from around the grounds. We believe it. One of those games potentially up north is probably over, Bo. And another game over at Bellerive is being played for the Godomsky Rewalt Trophy in memory of Alex Godomsky, the late brother of Lockie Godomsky, who we should say congratulations to, playing his 100th game of TSL senior footy for the Tigers today. Footy comes back inside for Lauderdale, for Launceston I should say, but taken by Lauderdale through Rackett. So he's had a good first half here. Gives off to a teammate in McGuinness. McGuinness kicks inside centre square, comes out now to Nat Franklin. Big bump there from Phil Bell Chambers. He kicks up to Cam Hooker. Hooker's going to bring it back inside 50. What can the Bombers do here? Can they get a mark? They can't. Christensen at the fall of the ball. Good tackle, might have been taken without it. He held on too long, did Alan Christensen. And they'll get a free kick, the Blues, in defensive 50.
Not quite sure what he's complaining about there, Alan Christensen. It was clear as day, especially from where we are. Mark taken there from Burling, and now the Launceston Blues are going to try rebound off half back. Kick a little bit too hot to handle for McCormick. Sutton has him. Takes him in a strong tackle, Reece Sutton. And it's going to be a ball up here. We'll bowl this one up. 22 minutes and 15 seconds gone in this round 4 clash. Last game of round 4 for the TSL season. Tilly, hand pass out. Rackets. Thumping kick long, but just cut off there. Boy, that man.
Matey Murner there, Hooker. The man with a helmet. Though, might be another jumper change potentially.
Again, we'll get confirmation off that. He hand passes it off to another teammate wearing a helmet, Burling. Nice cut off there from Patton. They're going to look to rebound here. Scrubby little left foot kick out in front of Cam Hooker. Ball sits perfectly for him. Inside forward 50 kick here from Lauderdale, and Atkins on the last line of defence. Will kick it out wide to a teammate in Kelp.
Yeah, just some poor repeat entries inside 50 there for Lauderdale. Coach Alan Christensen wouldn't have liked that kick from Cam Hooker. It wasn't to his advantage at all. So Launceston, Smith makes him earn that kick in Hyatt. So he brings back inside. He's got a teammate in. Good mark taken there from Bailey Gillow, the vice captain. He's going to go wider again. That man is Lockie Presnell. Presnell kicks up to Jones. One of the young guns in this competition. Leave multiple time TSL under 22 team member. He kicks inside. Poland's got first sit at this one. Well played there by Will Poland. Good to see him back in the TSL this season. Stick with Sorrell in the SFL. Good tackle there applied by Lord Boscott. Not paid by the umpire. So footy's going to come back where it started. Comes back out now to Ben Williams. Gives a handball off to a teammate through Lauderdale. Good mark taken there by Christensen. Get a perfect kick, set it for him. So the experienced coach of the Bombers is just going to wait. He's got Hooker on inside. Umpire calls play on now. Going to go wide to a teammate again in Williams. He kicks up the line to Blaschke. Second senior game for Craig Blaschke. He kicks inside now to Alex Continenza, his good mate. Spoke to him during the week and he was thrilled to be able to play his first game alongside Alex. He kicks inside. Good mark taken there by Cam Hooker. He caught one late in the back. He's sore, but he's going to get up and take his kick and potentially put through his second of the day. So this would hurt Launceston. They'd love to go in with a double-digit lead, given that they've had the majority of dominance in this second quarter. Cam Hooker, we know what a dangerous player he was for all those years at Dodgers Ferry down at Shark Park. Former skipper of that footy club. He's an absolute star, is this man. So Cam Hooker, can he put through his second of the day and bring that lead, cut that lead for Launceston? He can't. It's a second post of the day for Cam Hooker. 1 goal, 2 for that man. Launceston to bring it out.
Just confirming that man, number 28, Noah Hedger. Josiah Burling to bring this one in. 25 and a half gone here. Second quarter action. Live from Skybus Oval. Last game around for Burling. Checked his kick to go a little bit more inside the ground. Atkins. You can just hear the body contact. Franklin just slapping his man there. Malloy. Sutton diving on it. Power from in and under. Hand pass. He's met strongly there from Tilly. Umpire didn't see it as it holding the ball free kick. I thought he had Pryor giving the stiff arm there. Brody Powerfriman, and
I think you're right, Bo.
umpire just didn't see it.
Powerfriman wanted a free kick too. Thought he was probably held without it.
Umpire Stevenson to throw this one up. Smith and Dwyer. Smith, silver service again to Franklin. We'll say that all day. Sutton outside of the boot kick. Just going to land inside the field of play. Punched on there from Kelp. Burling taken in the tackle from Tilly. And now Lauderdale are going to try it. Kick it in the Cam Hooker direction. Christensen's lurking over the head of Hooker. Continenza can't quite pick the ball up. Hooker, hand pass behind the back. Pfeiffer, and now Launceston out of trouble again. They've done really well there, Launceston. But it's not over yet. Bell Chambers meets Powerfriman strongly. Mitch Thorpe is crying for holding the ball.
Big contest there. Would have loved that with Mitch Thorpe from his skipper. That's a massive tackle. Give you a little bit of a chop out now, Bo. So 26 plays 35 as we tick into the 27-minute mark of the second quarter. Really good ball game here at Skybus Oval. We weren't sure what to expect today given all the changes for Launceston. Dylan Riley not playing, Jake Kilby, the new recruit, the big ruckman out, but the loss of Andrew Phillips for Lauderdale has really alleviated that.
I think we forget, sorry Ryan, just about him. Also Groenewegen for Launceston is missing, so...
Yeah, big out, Joey Groenewegen. I think he might have gone interstate from what I could see. So Joe Groenewegen a big out, one of those premiership stars. It's
big ruckman
departed. So big job for Jake Kilby this year, and Patrick Dwyer potentially will be his number 2. Bodies pile on, and this one might just blow up. Hayden Smith always around the push and shove for Lauderdale, and he's getting into it with your man Rocky Barron.
I'm loving to see this from Launceston, a team who hasn't been necessarily great all year, and just to see what they're doing is showing a bit of fight. It's great to see.
So footy back in now. Rocky Barron with the footy there, and he collects it. I think it might be Continenza. Potentially, he was trying to come off to the bench there. It was that man, and he got hit well and fair by Rocky Barron. So, like the namesake of his famous movie, he might be one to keep an eye on. Rocky Barron. He might be in and under with all the tough stuff. It's Dwyer and Smith. Jones gets a tap down, kicks forward. Williams can't get the footy over, runs it. Hyatt. Umpire might have called for a free kick. I might think he might have gone. Yeah, that's always one of those tricky ones, Bo. The player first to the footy usually gets pinged because he's gone low when the other players stayed up on his feet. So Poland, he's a recipient now. Oh, bounce just doesn't work with Tilly. Launceston, they've got to get through the numbers here. Handball out there from Bailey Gillow, the vice-captain. And that one's going to go off a boot. Yes. Thought it went off a boot there from McCormack. So footy will go into the hands of Reece Sutton. Potentially, no, it'll come back to Lauderdale through number 10 in Tom Ratcliffe. He goes back to go forward. That's Rackett. So Rackett now goes back inside to Williams. Williams with a flowing lock of hair gives over to a teammate there in Suki. Suki comes wide to the Lauderdale bench. Smith just tackled and well tackled there by his opposing ruckman Dwyer.
Not a goal before the
Footy in the hands of the Lauderdale player now in Tilly. Tilly inside. Kick almost cut off well there by Gillow. He's got Boscott for company. Big tackle applied by Thor Boscott. Free kick, says the umpire. Might have been held without it.
Gillow. Not long left in this second quarter. Players deserve a break here. It's been a really big half of football as we see the siren sound here. 3:8:26 to 5:5:35. We'll run through your goal kickers. Lauderdale, Fletcher Hooker one, Campbell Hooker with one as well, and then, sorry, it was actually Tyler Martin and then Campbell Hooker as well, and then 2 goals to Benny Hyatt, and then Rocky Barron, and then also a single to Max Skelly. So it's been a really interesting half of football, inaccurate half of football. Launceston kicked 5 straight behinds to start off the first term, and now Lauderdale kind of copied them and 8 behinds. They also got really a bad differential between goals and points in the first round, so it's something that they'll have to look at improving on. You can just see Mitch Thorpe rallying his troops, trying to hype them up. They're still in this game.
He'd be pumped with his first half, Bo. As we said, a lot of outs on that list today, a lot of experienced outs too, so we weren't sure what to make of this Launceston lineup when they hit the highway this morning, but he would be absolutely thrilled with his first half, taking it right up to one of the premiership favourites in Lauderdale. Launceston 5:5:35 plays Lauderdale 3:8:26, so half-time here at Skybus Oval. We'll take a short break and be back with you for the second half in just a little bit.
But it's true with that fellow. Yeah, that, I know. True what he said. They think they were just going to come in and walk all over it and win it easy. Sometimes they can, I know, come back and forth. That's what I said. Once you get a solid up going, it's hard to pin them back. Because they were the cars up now. No, but then start. Yeah, they got 4. That's right. Yeah. Well, what's a good one? They're supposed to be playing. Robertson, Lindsay. Yeah.
He said he would, but then
I don't reckon he would.
The club's trying to call him and he won't answer the call.
That's it.
He's talked to a couple of his mates that are here, but not talking to the club. So I think he'll come when it suits him, but I don't know.
Well, their mates would know for sure, wouldn't it? His mate. He's probably said that same. He probably won't tell
We
you.
had that once and stuff, so
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's got his heart in it or not. But by the time they eventually comes, someone else is going to have
That's what I don't like that.
so I think it's probably better in a way.
If he goes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll either come early or not at all.
Exactly.
Bring people come in.
Yeah, but you put someone that's played all. I mean, if I was playing all year and come and they put me out, I'd leave. I'd say, why should I get trouble? He's only playing one game. Why should he come in? No. You've got to look after the ones that come here playing. They only get them to draw money.
Like he is obviously
Oh.
from here originally, so it's
Yeah.
like probably good for people to see that.
Well, when we had the bowl up there, we absolutely. He was. Yeah, he was. He done it after the game, went to the club rooms and was talking to him. Done a pre-game on a Friday night with the kids. And he done a lot. Pretty smart footballer too.
Does it, what can it do? Someone like
I think he, they had to pay for his accommodation and his spending money. And I think they give him 30 grand. That's good money for one game. They paid his airfares over and back. Yeah, 30 grand. And he didn't pay for any of his beers, whatever he wanted. Oh. mate.
Who would fork that out? Would the
Club.
fork out?
Yeah, yeah. I think we forked out probably all up about 40 grand, all up with it. I think they made about 107,000. Oh, mate.
So it did work out.
Oh, boy, it was packed. We had 2 shipping containers full of grog, and it was gone before the game finished. I couldn't keep it up to it. So it was worth it there.
My
But
boys went and watched Bowler when he was at North Harbour.
Oh, did they?
Game that kind of like
Yeah.
game they have there, and they said they reckon he was half drunk that day.
He would have been.
But he was still kicking
Oh.
goals from everywhere.
He did.
He missed as many as he kicked, but he would have kicked.
Yeah.
Kicked them all.
What did he pick up there? 15. 17, 10. He kicked up there. But great matches. And so on did he do that? Hats,
Has Norfolk got some up and comers?
no, they're buggered now. No. We haven't made it an under 18 now. They're all gone. They're all gone.
You can back it in at some of the solar players that have come from the boys.
Yeah, they got nothing. It's got nothing. Last year when we was going, because I was the sponsor of it, and the coach was my best mate, we'd go there Thursday night training, and there'd be 5 senior players. We'd have to go home, get on the phone, and try and ring up to a game. It just all good. I know. Well, we won 12 flags. I know.
They disappear. It's a bit like
Yeah.
my boys at one stage were with Hobart. And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
they've all disappeared from Hobart.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're kind of, like
But sometimes it's a fun sport, but going out to get, it was up there, they were going out players to players, and they weren't giving the young ones a go up there, so the young ones just.
Well, there's a few of them obviously go to Lauderdale because of the recruiting this
Yeah,
year. Like,
yeah.
sort of, that probably knew they weren't going to get
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they find somewhere else.
But that's like parents under 18, they have 28 on a Thursday night and misses out. They can't, under 18. They all let Blender's farm with it. It's crazy. You go somewhere else, sure.
My youngest, he did a lot of junior year, Clarence and coaches, because my son hadn't played for him before,
Yeah.
you knew it was mentioned because
Yeah.
every game, and they let him in one game on the East Coast, played against Skybus, like had a really good game, but the next game he was off again. So it was just, like he didn't play for him for 2 years, he was kind of put an umpire and then went back to
Yeah.
played
Would have been hard.
yeah, I was frustrating because he wasn't the worst player out there. Just
No.
He didn't have mates in the team.
Exactly.
He didn't
That's
really,
what, yeah.
He was clueless
Yeah,
sometimes.
it is. It is.
Like he tackled hard, he kicked a couple of goals in that game. He had a good game, but just
If you're not in the click, mate. And that's what happens to
As
football.
a 16-year-old in the
Yeah.
19s, kind of like a Colts.
Yeah.
Played like in the ruck because their ruckman got injured.
They used it.
He was a bit undersized
Yeah.
for ruck, but he kind of learnt the position.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He was,
They just use it. Yeah. Remember they don't want them. They just,
then he came here to Lauderdale, and I think it was his best move. But
Oh.
unfortunately, he sort of, he just, like his mates after the season that they had, a lot of his mates stopped playing, and so he stopped playing.
yeah. That's what happens. Only needs one mate to go, and you find about 10 or 15 of them will go with him. They just, yeah. But you can't. Some of the clubs, we go kids.
Yeah, well, the coach that he had, Launceston, he should not have been in charge of young people. I was doing the manager's role, and
Yeah.
I was cringing because I'm like a school teacher, and I know, what you shouldn't say to kids.
Oh, I know.
And he was like, always, like, he was being completely, inappropriate all
Yeah.
the time with them, and just
Yeah.
like, rude to
Well, they just
rude to
turn
the
against
opposition,
you.
rude to
Yeah.
everyone. He's kind of like rude
Yeah.
to his players constantly, wouldn't give them any clean coat and nothing. It just wasn't a. I kind of was glad when the season was over.
So
Made the prelim final or whatever, but got beaten, and it's kind of glad. I didn't really want to see him taking the door.
I don't blame you. Being embarrassed.
Yeah, no, he was just nasty guy.
Some of them are.
Didn't really try
Didn't have kids
to develop
Yeah.
and like his players. He was just more, he wanted to see people hurt and that.
He's better off
Encouraged, like, the game that my son played worse in at Sorrel, because he tackled a few people hard, like, the coach said, oh, great game like this, and when he played well, he just bagged him, you know, like, and sort of that, it was that kind of thing. It was just, we're always the third best team in that. We got past, Southern Storm knocked us out in the prelim, and I was always Southern Storm.
They were with me and
The third one.
Yeah, they were unbeatable. God, they had some big boys. Especially young girls.
I remember playing against Norfolk actually when I was taking Africa and went to Virgil and played against Norfolk one day. Like it's grade 8. There was a couple of them with beards. Where did they come from?
You're not 8 or under.
This was like probably 12-year-olds.
I sort of down Lauderdale and I thought, mate, they're walking around with beards and they're playing under 18. I thought, mate, I'll have a look at your birth certificate. Oh, yeah, we won 12 flags. We come from the powerhouse.
How many was it the reserves that they won years ago? They won play vote, or was it the seniors? Seniors.
Yeah. I'll never forget that game that we had Linda's Farm, they were flogging. Coming into the last quarter, we're 35 points down. And I said to me, mate, we're gone in. He said, no. He said, I'll make a couple of moves, we'll get back in this game. And the worst thing Linda's done was thought they'd won it. And then big, Laycock. He cut him to pieces. We got up and won. That was the best game I've seen. But that's only good game he played. Oh, he won it. But I went over to the Linda's Farm bloke and he said, whatever you do, when we're kicking out, keep the ball on the ground and keep it away from Laycock. He told him I was standing. And what they do was straight out and kicked it to him. You could hear him screaming all over the room. I reckon he got 20 possessions in the last quarter. He done everything they told him. He told them not to do. Yeah, they were celebrating. They thought they had it. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of them they already had tattoos on. Premiership. We got up and beat them. No. You don't jump the gun, that's what I said. You jumped the gun bad there, mate. See, we're up north, if they won't let the girls play last, because everyone goes, so they put them on first. But, no, they put the reserves on first now, and then they put the girls, and then the seniors. So you've got to stop them off. Yeah, I don't mind it.
You don't want to start.
Well, same. As soon as the game finished, they were all driving out. There's probably 1 or 2 cars.
Get some skills. I think when the girls' game started, like on the outfield, it was hard to watch.
But they did.
But I think they're starting
to improve.
Positions
Yeah.
and get a bit fitter. And
I remember you could watch the first quarter, come back in the last one, and still the same score. And it frustrates. Yeah, she was good. She was good last Yeah, yeah.
She was, I think, the state's fastest sprinter for her age, and she was solid, like girl. And anyway, the boys in the CE class that I was teaching, they were scared of her because like, she would
She put the body on.
yeah, she was like
Well, you kick her,
ragdoll and rocking.
kick it out on the big ground, she'd sprint to it. You wouldn't get her. What school are you to?
I said, I'm at Dominic school.
Are you? I'm at Launceston.
Yeah, that's they've got Queenstown North and Queenstown, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know which.
The one up on Neil's Flinders Farm, primary,
Yeah.
where you go past the pub and look up on the hill there. On the the Beltana and go down and look up there. Actually, our footy ground's right next to the highway when you look across. That's Flinders Farm Primary. And the other one back, Flinders Farm North. Yeah. You've got the old. No, only 5 years at that one, but I was at Bridgewater for 24.
Just for a while, and I just started replacing someone in long service, and that was my aim. I was going to get the job at Dominic, and I've been with this.
Good school.
I sort of had Aaron Camillus and a bunch of other sort of footy players coming through.
Yeah, good school. Still a good school?
Yeah, it's still a good school. It's,
Yeah.
it's gone through phases of like every school.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Still tough years, and you have
Yeah,
like, at the
but-
moment
yeah.
it's a pretty easy place to teach because it's pretty responsive and they're nice kids. Not too many footy players amongst them, unfortunately. Basketball is really taken off, and I think footy has probably got to look
That's, I
at
know.
what they're doing.
Otherwise they can't get left behind. Basketball will kill them. I know. Well, it's either basketball or soccer they're playing at schools now.
Yeah.
That's all we have at the primary. They want basketball or soccer.
You need 18 for a footy team.
I know.
It's just,
But the parents don't want contact sport.
they
So
worry
that-
about their headbutts and stuff.
yeah. So that as soon as their kids play soccer or basketball,
Basketball's pretty well contact on the head as well.
yeah.
Although with soccer, like hitting,
Yeah, I know.
even hitting the ball is apparently means issues.
Oh, well, it's got to win it. Yeah, but they're going right away from football. All school. Oh,
I
yeah.
think a bit of success definitely helps too. But,
And then winning the big ones make the kids.
hopefully footy can, once the federal team gets going,
But I remember when I was a kid, they used to come, the TFL clubs that come round to the school and start picking out the good players. Say, oh, come down here for a session. They'd pick you up and take you down. You don't have none of that now.
you have to have like some kind of engagement from the clubs
Yeah.
to the
Yeah, exactly.
I think Gary Davidson probably, in my estimation, just the way that he did things, he kind of stuffed school pretty well. And
But
we
he
ended up having kids playing for clubs against the school and all that sort of stuff.
But he hated school football.
Yeah, school football, was, it's what a lot of people used to,
I know, stepping
they always wanted to play school footy, but these days it's almost like punishment to have a school team.
Yeah, exactly. But it's support. Yeah, and you support Germany. And they are really, really good football. And they don't want to play. I took a couple of them for training.
Team that had like too many for the team, not enough for two. So again, I was kind of like a bit of a bench player too, and they had Matthew Mansfield and a few other good players in that team. So I kind of he was probably should have been the captain, but he was always kind of it kind of almost not amused me, but I kind of thought it was he was running
Yeah.
running first in the William Leach. And then
Hello and welcome back to Skybus Oval for Tasmanian State League Round 4 action between the host Lauderdale and the visitors Launceston. And it is the visitors in Launceston that hold a somewhat unexpected half-time lead here at Skybus. 5-5-35 plays 3-8-26. Goal kickers at the half for Launceston. Hyatt and Barron have 2 each. Scully with the 1 goal. Where on the other side of the card, Lauderdale, the Hooker brothers, Fletcher and Cam, both have 1 apiece. And Tyler Martin with 1. Bo, if you're Mitch Thorpe, I think you'd be relatively positive at half-time given the fact that they came out, I think, kicked 3 goals to 1 in that second half and currently hold a 9-point lead.
I think you'd be really pleased if you were Coach Mitch Thorpe. A lot of these younger players have stood up early. Ben Hyatt's probably one of the more experienced, but he's still relatively young. Our man Rocky Barron has also stood up early. So I think if you're Mitch Thorpe, you're just trying to get across the message of belief, because this game has still got 2 quarters to go and we're 9 points in front at half-time. And it wouldn't have been a position that a lot of these young players would be in for this Launceston side. So a lot of these older players like Sam Foley,
Liam
Brody
Jones.
Powell and Liam Jones are going to have to really instill that belief to these guys.
And the big thing for Launceston now will be not to let their good work in the first half be for nothing. They're going to have to come out, and Lauderdale are clearly going to come out with a point to prove in this third quarter. So I think the key message from Mitch Thorpe around the positivity from the first half will be not to let that drop early in this third quarter. Often we hear a lot of people call the third quarter the premiership quarter. I think for Launceston, this will be the game-winning quarter. I think if they can hold here with Lauderdale, they will give themselves every sniff in that last quarter. We know Lauderdale have a lot of players out. Obviously, McGuinness and Christensen back today, but no Bryce Walsh, no Jordan Lane, no Michael Blackburn, no Sam Siggins, who's the best player in Tasmania at the minute, 3-time Alison Lynch medalist. So a lot of talent out of this lineup. But take nothing away from Lonnie. If they can compete in this third quarter and go in either up or within striking distance of Lauderdale at 3-quarter time, this could be one of the major upsets early in season 2024, Bo.
With all due respect, it's a Launceston team full of no-names yet. They haven't made their mark on TSL football.
Correct.
And if they can just somehow get a sniff of the victory, I think they're going to go pretty far, and they're going to really capitalise on that. Again, all due respect, not no-names in a rude way, but like a lot
just
of these young
players, I think, is what you mean.
If they can get a win here, that'll give them a lot of belief to start off their 2024 campaign. Obviously, it's round 4. They haven't got a win yet. They've been belted. I think this game is going to be a really big kind of stepping stone for this young Launceston team.
I think what it'll do too, if they do get a win, we're obviously talking around if they can win, is it'll give them that belief, the word you mentioned, by that they can compete with the best sides in this competition. So footy comes back into play now. Smith wins down to Franklin. He kicks forward. Power Freeman leads to the ball there for Launceston. Hook up for Lauderdale. Handball out from that man. Gives off to a teammate. That was Continenza. He kicks forward. Footy goes out, so that'll be the key early, especially you'd think in this first 5 to 10 minutes of this quarter. If Lonnie can hold Lauderdale and keep either within striking distance or keep ahead on the scoreboard, that would be absolute gold if you're a Launceston player or supporter. For all those watching back at Windsor Park, no doubt, or in Launceston, hello to you on the TSL live stream. No doubt you're incredibly happy with your side's first half here at Lauderdale at Skybus Oval. Footy inside for the Bombers. Tilly, well, picked up there though by the defender from Lonnie in Burling. Good to see that man back in the State League this year. Helmet on. Absolute tough nut is Josiah Burling. One that Coach Mitch Thorpe loves in his side. Martin takes the ruck on that occasion for Lauderdale. Footy on the deck. Boscott's there. So we'll get another ball up. Let's throw over to Bo, and I'll check in at the other games, Bo, and get some score updates for our viewers in a moment.
So, Pfeiffer, Foley bursting out through. Boscott and Ratcliffe have got him wrapped up. A bit of fight in this game here. We love to see it. Launceston, 9 points in front here. 3-quarter third quarter action, I should say. Bursting through there was Bell Chambers. Franklin. Bell Chambers ends back with it. And Lenny Faulkner He's up with a really strong tackle on that man. So 3-8-26 will remind you 5-5-35. It's been an inaccurate display here from Lauderdale. One that Alan Christensen will not be happy with. Franklin bursting through. Faulkner taking high potentially. It will be a high free kick to him. He's had a few over the shoulder contact a few times. He's been contacted over the shoulder. In fact, it's Bailey Gillow. We should say the vice captain will go out.
Free kick, Bo, just off the edge of the ball. Lower into it. I mentioned it before.
Silly.
Yeah, very silly there from Sam Foley. Franklin sucking him in. Very experienced operator is Nat Franklin. And Sam Foley, as you see Brody Pepperman go to one of the leaders there for Lonnie. Are into it a little bit, push and shove, and then I think Franklin may have put a bit of mayo on it, but it might have been too extreme from Foley. So Nat Franklin's going to have his first shot on goal, and as you said, Bo, this would be an absolute killer for Launceston. If Lauderdale get the first here and cut that momentum and cut that margin, that would not be what Coach Mish thought wanted. So Nat Franklin, can he kick the ultimate captain's goal from a free kick of Sam Foley? He can't. That never looked like going through. That just made it through the behinds. So.
Sorry, right.
You're right.
What we would see at Windsor Park is the left side of the screen would more have a breeze, but usually this is the easier kicking end, and they've scored 4 or 5 behinds down at this end now for the game collectively.
Yep. So footy back in now. Bring some score updates full time up at UTAS Stadium. North Lonnie remain undefeated in 2024. They've knocked off Glenorchy 110-47. Glenorchy are in that game probably up until half-time early in the third quarter, but then North Lonnie have kicked away, and half-time over at Launceston Arena. And it's Clarence, an undermanned Clarence, I should say. No Baxter Norton, no Mitch Rainbird. They're up 49 to Kingborough 34. So another ball game on our hands at Bellerive, and another one here at Blunston. High tackle, missed there from the umpire. He's going to call mine. I thought he was going to call ball there, Bo. Missed a high tackle there. I think it might have been on Hooker on the bottom of that pack. It was.
It's been a really unfortunate round for injuries for the whole competition.
Yeah, a lot of good players out. No Dylan Riley, no Jake Kilby today, no Andrew Phillips. As I said, no Baxter Norton, no big tackle applied by Thor Moscott. No Josh Arnold for Glenorchy. No Baxter Norton, no Mitch Rainbird. North Launceston have a few. No Michael Stingle. Obviously, he's out through suspension, I believe, for umpire abuse. 3 weeks down to 1, I believe, at the tribunal earlier in the week. So no Michael Stingle. Tane Thomas, I think, debuted today for North Launceston, the younger brother of Taryn, your former AFL player. So good to see him make his debut in the TSL as power forward. He's got the footy now.
So Brody Powerfreyman to that interchange side of the wing, nearly taking the mark. There was that Launceston player. I think he dropped the ball there. Umpire agrees. Now Hyatt, inside forward 50 kick. Picks it up on the half volley, and now they're going to go here. Snap kick on goal from Launceston. Up and under kick. Poland happy to see that one over the boundary. So 5-6-36 to 3-9-27 here. It's going to be Josh McGuinness to bring this one back in, the former Brisbane Lion. He's going to look straight up the middle of Skybus Oval. Elects to go to that outer wing. Hooker, too hot to handle for him. Foley torpedoes it. Watch your cars if you're at Skybus Oval, and that ball will end up outside the field of play into the car park.
You mentioned it earlier, Bo, in the broadcast about the inaccuracy from Lauderdale early this season. I think a lot of games are kicked either more points than they have goals or close to it. So 3-9 today, again, isn't ideal for Alan Christensen's side, but hopefully something they can mop up here as Blashke comes out to Williams. Lovely flowing mullet there from the young man. Higgers off to Sutton. Love the way this guy goes about his footy. Kicks inside, not his best shot on that occasion, Foley. So he's got a footy just on the commentary side wing now of Skybus Oval. He's going to bring it back inside. He works around McManus well. Kicks inside 50. Who's going to set? It's going to be Lauderdale. Might be 50 there on Racket, it is. So he's going to get a free kick via Rocky Barron. And umpire tells him to move out. So danger of a double 50 here, but he's moved out of the way well as a young man. 2 goals in the first half, Rocky Barron. So he's made his mark on this game early. Kick out from Racket to Bell Chambers. He goes even wider now to his skipper in Franklin. Nat Franklin, high up and undershoot. It's worked out well. Hooker takes a strong mark. Some pressure there from Liam Jones. Who's Hooker got? Is his brother an option inside 50? He might be, he is. So terrific shoe there. He loved that. Would Cam Hooker from his younger brother. We spoke to Cam on Monday, I believe, Bo, for media. Was awarded 3 votes, and he did say every Sunday in the Hooker household they watch the game on repeat and they're their own worst critics of each other. But I think on that occasion, Cam would have no critique of Riley's kick there. That was Fletcher's kick, I should say. Riley, the other Hooker brother. Fletcher's kick was a beauty, and that is even better from Cam. So the Hooker boys combine. Cam Hooker gets his second, and the Bombers have cut that margin back to 3 points. And we have an absolute ball game on our hands here down at Skybus Oval. 33 plays 36. 8 minutes gone, 4-9. 33, 5-6, 36. And Bo down, and we set off pre-game, I should say, off mic, that we weren't too sure what to expect today, and fair to say I don't think either of us expected it to be this tight in the third quarter.
No, that's exactly right, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting game to see where these teams are at. Obviously, Launceston are going to pose the threat to them. Just the round. Just one last little point on the inaccuracy. 8 goals 16 at round 1 here at Skybus Oval. So kicking has been an issue for him as Foley goes inside forward 50. Barron, Hyatt. You'll see this one roll over. So boundary throw in deep inside forward 50 here for Launceston. Charlie Gregory will have the honours of throwing it in. Rocky Barron at the front of the pack.
They'd love a goal here,
He's got McGuinness on him. They would love a goal just to push it back out to 9 points. Nice throw in from our man, Smith. Hands, Jones. Try to break the Tate Winter tackle. Umpire sees it as a ball up, and again we'll go with Smith and Schoenmaker. Smith, Barron, twisting, turning, hand pass out in front of Hyatt, too light to handle. Poland gets the hand pass away in time. Winter, he had Barron, and then Ratcliffe just missing the hand pass in front of Jeremiah Perkins. Ball's kept in. McCormick gets tackled.
I'm not too sure.
Sees it as a dangerous tackle, Ryan.
Not too sure, Bo, what Jeremiah Perkins was thinking there. He thought that ball was going to go over, and he just let it sit and wait. And Launceston, very clever, didn't let it go out, but it's worked out well in the end for Lauderdale. Tyler Martin with the footy.
The kicking skills has been, obviously the goal kicking hasn't been great, right?
Yep, and you've spotted it well there, Bo. You've put the Mickey on him there. They've worked out well, though. A dangerous kick in defence is going to work out well through Williams. He kicks forward. Not to the advantage of Cam Hooker, but it's a big tackle there. I don't think it was Cam Hooker. It might have been Robbie McManus. It was. So good tackle there from McManus. He's a hard nut, is Robbie, the veteran.
Looks like Dylan Riley's doing the running.
Okay, so Dill Riley clearly not an injury affected given his leg or anything, so hopefully not long out of the TSL for Dill Riley. And Mark taken, yeah, it is, Bo, you spotted that well. So Dill Riley, the runner for Lonnie. And Cam Hooker, he takes his second mark inside 50 in the space of 2 or 3 minutes, and he's going to go back for his third goal, hopefully, for him and Lauderdale. This will give the Bombers the lead early in this third quarter, which is exactly what we said Coach Mitch Thorpe would not have wanted, to kill the momentum. Cam Hooker, that looks not good off the boot, so that's going to go through from behind. It's 2 goals 3 maybe today for Cam Hooker. So after he kicked, I think, 6-1 last week, he's gone back to 2 goals 3 this week. So potentially wants to straighten up if he can get his side over the line today. Footy comes back out to the wing. Big kick, and it's going to work out well for Launceston. Good tackle applied there, though, by Tate Winter. Great tackle from the young man. She said laid in today for Andrew Phillips. Shades of his old man there. Dangerous kick, though. Rocky Barron cuts it off. Well played there, though, by Racket. Gives to McGuinness. McGuinness now kicks up the line to Tilly. Sam Tilley stops, props, waits for an option, comes wide on the countryside wing, finds a teammate there in Robbie McManus. What can the veteran do? He goes short to Blaschke. Second TSL senior game for this man. Craig Blaschke brings back inside to Josh McGuinness. Player goes down behind play. Umpire calls play on. Short kick inside. It's a good one from Josh McGuinness, one of the best ball users by foot in the comp. And he's found Luke Patton just inside 50. And he will go back to potentially give Lauderdale the lead. 34 plays 36 as we tick into the 12-minute mark of the third term. As we said, full time up at UTAS, 110 North Londy defeated Glenorchy 47. Half time over at Blunston Arena. Can Patton put this one through the middle and give Lauderdale the lead? It's drifting wide. Not going to make the distance, going to stay in play. Christensen tried to get a foot on it, he couldn't. I think it went through off his boot from behind. So, Bo, again, Lauderdale opportunity gone begging, but they've cut that margin back to a point.
Yeah, 11 behinds now for Lauderdale. It's grim viewing, to say the least, but they're back within a point. These behinds are helping them out here. There's a long kick into the middle of Skybus Oval. Ratcliffe shrugs the tackle. Barron had him. Poland, quick kick out wide to a teammate, and Benny Williams. Go umpire as well, Ben Williams, umpired the D-League today. So
don't often see that.
For him. No, you wouldn't see that a lot. As we go on the vicinity of inside 50, flying was that Launceston player. Franklin got the hand pass away, and then he got tackled in the end. Another interesting point, we see a lot of players who get out of the side do the running. Matthew Joseph, I can recall last year, did it, and Dylan Riley. See Martin, quick hand pass out there from Hyatt. On pursuit there was Chase Jones, and then quick kick out there from Continenza. Boscott flew, Foley got the crumb. Walking the tie rope along the boundary, and then a
good punch there
from Suki. And now Launceston are looking to go. Barron got flat into the ground. Continenza can't quite pick the ground ball up. His teammate in Winter just gives a bit of support. Again, a lot of football being played in this patch of grass. Burling, twist turning. A little bit too hot to handle there for Powerfront. Tries to keep it in. Quick kick out, and now it'll be out on the full, going to Tate Winter on.
So Tate Winter will get this footy.
Continenza,
yeah. No, you're right, Bo. Continenza with the footy. Long sleeves of Lauderdale. What can he do with the footy? Kicks up the line. Finds Poland. I said this man's back at the Bombers. Previous stint with Kingborough in the TSL before he came to Lauderdale, then departed for a little bit of time with Sorrell in the SFL. He gives over to Finn Rackett. Rackett kicks wider now to Jeremiah Perkins. Perkins comes up the line. Can't find Patton. Big contest. Well played there by Bailey Kelp. Kelp gives over to a teammate. That was Faulkner. Faulkner gave it off. What can the Blues do now? Rocky Barron, he runs over the footy there. Some inexperience from the young man. Perkins gets the footy again, kicks inside. Hooker's there. Well taken though by the Launceston defender Foley. Good tackle there though by Tyler Martin, and he really makes him earn that footy. Good work there from both players. So another inside 50 now for Lauderdale.
Stoppage heavy game this third quarter on.
Really good point, Bo. It's been a massive stoppage-based game. A player like Bryce Walsh for Lauderdale would love if he was out there. So hopefully Bryce isn't too far away. We know all things going to plan. Sam Siggins will be out there on Anzac Day against North Hobart. So no doubt Adam Bester will have his work cut out for him for North Hobart, who have to bye this week. Still searching for their first win of the year. Haven't been the start to 2024 that North Hobart would have liked after what was a really strong 2023. Were right in finals contention up until, I think, the final 2 to 3 rounds of the year, Bo. So North Hobart, Lauderdale shapes an interesting clash on Anzac Day. The Bombers can win here. They'll take a lot of momentum into that game ahead of a bye the next week. So Josh McGuinness just throws the footy at the head of Isaac Hyatt. Free kick not paid by the umpire. Just some bit of cheekiness there from the state Tasmanian player from last year's win over Queensland, Josh McGuinness. He's got the footy now. Touch ball, play on, says the umpire, McGuinness, and he just says, I want to take this over the boundary line, and smartly done by the veteran. So 36 plays 35, Bo. I think next goal here would be crucial to either side.
Yeah, it certainly will. And, both teams will be itching for a goal just to get this third quarter off and running. Interesting little pickup. The umpires are wearing mics this year. You wouldn't usually see it in a state league level.
I like it though. It's good.
I really do like it. I think it's a big inclusion for the umpires as Tilly takes high.
Good tackle from Tilly.
It makes it easier to communicate your points across to each other, and it's a great inclusion. I think we saw it in the state game.
Yep.
I think in the grand finals, not usually in the home away scene. So
no, good initiative from the TSL.
Absolutely. We see Manus taking over the line. Of course, Anzac Day,
2
5
games.
days, going to be a really interesting clash. Obviously, Kingborough will take on Glenorchy at KG5, and Lauderdale will travel to North Hobart Oval, and then the one game up north on the Saturday. So Launceston will have the bye after this, just to regroup. Not sure if they can win this game. I'm not sure they'll want the bye necessarily.
Yeah,
they can just get a bit of a roll on.
It's an interesting one, as we know they've lost 3 games by big margins to start the year, but as you said, if they can cause the upset today, you'd think Mitch Thorpe would love to continue to roll that momentum. But given that we don't see Dylan Riley out there today, from a playing perspective, no
Could be
Jake Kilby, it could be a handy break. So footy back in play now. Wound down by Martin. Tilly kicks wide. Got a teammate there in Hooker. He can't take the mark. He had 2 to beat. Big hit from Thor Boscott. There, he's a big man, is Big Thor.
Got to love him.
Tyrone McCormack. Yeah, great to see him back in the state league. We know what a talent he is. Obviously, was a member of this side since his junior days and played in those 3 grand finals under Darren Winter. Then he departed, I think, the year after, went to Signet, got Signet, coached Signet to their first flag in years.
Hard on the sleeve type of guy.
Massive talent in Tasmanian footy for years, and he was part of that famous SFL grand final last year where Huonville went undefeated all year, and Signet were the underdogs heading in, and Thor was able to coach that Signet group to one of the more miraculous SFL flags in recent memory. So
it's great to see just the level of step up. Obviously, you've got Hooker, the Hooker guys. Boscott is a known TSL player anyway, but the step up from the SFL to the TSL seemed really seamless for a lot of these players.
Yeah, we spoke to Cam Hooker about it a lot on Monday, and he said the step up's not as I guess a lot of people don't think it's that big, but Cam said it's a big step up to come and train probably an extra night a week, do a lot more recovery, a lot more footage, watch the vision, a lot more tactical stuff. So I think a lot of players don't know that kind of thing when they make that step up, but Cam Hooker's one that's really relished that, he said, since he's come across the TSL, and his form on the field has really shown that as he's back in the middle. Bell Chambers gives out wide to a teammate in Perkins. Perkins inside 50 now, good kick, but it's straight down the throat of Josiah Burling. So he started to work himself well in this footy game as Josiah Burling in the helmet. Foley has been one of the best today for Launceston.
20 minutes of really scrappy football here.
It has, yeah, not many goals kicked. What are we? I think 1 goal potentially in this quarter. So Launceston would love one here just to extend that lead out to 7. It sits at 1 at the minute. Boscott can't beat the boundary line. McCormack heading for company. She said, Bo, good crowd in today at Skybus Oval.
Always is at Skybus. It's the last couple of games that we've had here have been really great with crowd numbers and the local community coming out to support, as every club does. And it's just clear to see that the Lauderdale faithful are out in full force this afternoon. Smith, Foley, quick kick out to the outer wing. And now, can they just conjure something up here? The Bombers into the middle of the ground. Finds Suki, hand passes it off to Poland. Kick near inside forward 50. Hooker just couldn't quite mark it. In and under there with his teammate Blaschke. Hands it out in front of Sutton. Stops and props, snaps on goal. Reece Sutton unleashes on goal. Kick just too hot to handle there for Franklin. And again, these inside forward 50 opportunities just go begging for Lauderdale, Ryan.
Yeah, they do. They've had the majority of play in this third quarter. Coach Alan Christensen would have loved to be able to put some scoreboard pressure on. They were down by 9 at the half. They've cut that to 1 now as we ticked into time on here in the third quarter. So from a Launceston perspective, you'd probably love a goal to extend that lead out at three-quarter time, and as we said, be up with the momentum heading into the last quarter as Robbie McManus is tackled, pushed off by Blaschke. So 36 plays, 35 here. Already seen North Launceston get a win today. Clarence up at half-time over at Bellerive. 49 plays, 34 against the reigning premiers in Kingborough for the Godomski Rewalt Trophy in memory of Alex Godomski. Older brother Lockie playing his 100th TSL game there today, so congratulations to Lockie. Footy in the hands of Sam Tilley now. Comes out to a teammate in Continenza. Who can take this? Blaschke. Well played there by Christensen. The coach could have taken the mark there, but that's incredible smarts there from Alan Christensen, and unselfish really from the man they call Bundy. And as I said, both spoke to this man, Craig Blaschke, on Monday after he made his debut.
He's a ripping guy, Craig.
He is. I love talking to Craig.
No, absolute legend.
He's one of the best going around, Craig. He's always up for a chat, and yeah, I was able to talk to him for a really good article in the Mercury on Tuesday, and he said the feeling he got when he was told on the Thursday night he'd make his debut was like it was 100,000 the MCG. And I just love to hear that from a guy that has toiled away in the D-League and he's gotten his chance finally. That's not his best work off the boot. He'd like his time again, but yeah, we know what a talent he is with footy and cricket ball. Obviously, he was the captain of the AFL National Inclusion Tasmanian team that won the grand final last year, and he also was a member of Cricket Tasmania's National Inclusion Carnival team. So we love Craig Blaschke. Good to see him back in this lineup today. Boundary line beats Phil Bell Chambers. So ticked into the 23rd minute mark here, Bo. Lonnie with a 1-point lead. Lauderdale would like to just snag one here for all their hard work here in the third quarter.
Lauderdale looking to get their second win of the day. Jordan Lane kicking 5 in that development league. 99-point win over
Great to see Laney back.
Launceston. Yeah, he big force, played for Port Melbourne, I believe.
You'd think he comes into Anzac Day after a 5-goal effort. Maybe off
Absolutely.
a 5-day break, it could potentially be a case of giving him another run in the D-League. But
Christensen was lurking. Blaschke hands off. Christensen around the body. Alan Christensen will be behind. But yeah, sorry, Ryan, just back to your point. You would think he'd come in if Andrew Phillips is out. Not sure what the problem is with Flip. But
given the short break, we could potentially not see Andrew Phillips on Anzac Day, but potentially Alan Christensen thought, given we have that 5-day break, we rest Andrew today, and then he plays Anzac Day. So
Anzac Day.
A lot of fundamentals to work through, I guess, during the week, and we'll obviously chat to Alan, I assume, at a press conference ahead of Anzac Day to try to work that out. But we could potentially see Jordan Lane making his senior debut for Lauderdale, which would be great on Anzac Day after, as you said, Bo, 5 goals in the development league today.
Not quite like 100,000 crowd for Andrew Phillips as we see Tilly take that mark, but 200 or 300 at North Hobart, he can probably match that and try and get the Anzac Day medal who Spencer White took out last year.
It's a good point, I do think, because we didn't hear any injury news from last week from Flip, so it's fair to say, if you put your smarts together, fair to say potentially the 5-day break has always been rested today. No Kilby for Launceston. They thought potentially Hayden Smith could have played that role alone, so maybe we will see Andrew back on Anzac Day.
So Tilly to get the first goal of the quarter for Lauderdale, and again this is 13 behinds here. They're going to try.
Important thing is they take the lead though, 4-13.
Beat their behind
score from last week.
From round 1 with 16. Ball just trickles out of the pack. Benny Williams first on it. Nice ground ball pick up. Hand passes in ball to Phil Bell Chambers.
Big tackle on
Foley will get the tackle on him as I try and get my words out. We'll see Foley just get up a little bit proppy.
Slow to get up.
25 minutes and 45 seconds gone here. 4-13, 37 to 5-6, 36. Hyatt in and under. Launceston are going to try conjure something up here on the eve of three-quarter time. Hand pass out was good from Shellmaker. Barron's going to run it to an open goal. Launceston regain the lead. Barron's third.
Yeah, terrific goal there from Rocky Barron, as you said, by his third. And the killer there for Alan Christensen and Lauderdale is that their control play in their half of the ground this third quarter, and maybe the first or second time that Lonnie have been able to get that ball in their forward half of the ground, they've been able to get a goal on the board. So
just get these scores
updated. So Rocky Barron kicks his third. This boat looks to just update that scoreboard for us. And as I said, a lot of hard work from Lauderdale. I think they had 3 shots on goal for 3 behinds in the quarter. Cam Hooker's kicked 1, but on the occasion where the ball goes past that halfway point of the middle, Rocky Barron out the back was able to score. So 42 plays 37 here at Skybus Oval. Launceston through Jones. Get a kick out of the middle now. Can they put another one on the board and really make it tough for Lauderdale? They can't. Bell Chambers might have been unlucky there not to get a 50-metre penalty. Footy with Foley when he gets his footy. Once he picks it up, he does. Power Freeman. He's got players on. Good tackle there from Tilly. Came up from behind and was able to set upon him. Free kick, I think, to Jones, potentially, as we look to see where this footy's going to go. It is. So, Liam Jones, the young gun from the Blues.
Quiet today, hasn't hit the scoreboard as of yet, Liam Jones.
Yeah, usually a proven goal kicker. He's had a lot of the footy, but as you said, but hasn't been able to hit the scoreboard. So, Sam Foley just make sure the umpire knows that the mark's there for Hooker. So the Blues, they'd love this lead. If they can hold this lead, touch footy off the mark, play on. Mark not taken there from Dwyer. Probably holding the ball there. Umpire missed that one. High tackle. That's a free kick from Franklin there.
It's been head over the contact, head-eye contact a few times today, old mate.
Round the neck, yeah, Faulkner. You saw though in that first quarter he took that mark on the in front of the Lonnie bench, and Mitch thought the coach loved it. So Faulkner kicks inside. Almost 50 now. Good mark taken at the front there, though, by Suki.
Just don't have a great forward presence down there.
Yeah, no deal Riley. As we mentioned, they really lack a target. So there goes the siren for half-time. 6-6-42, Launceston. They lead this game over Lauderdale. 6-13-37. So a 5-point ball game at three-quarter time. And it was all Lauderdale in that opening stage of that third quarter, Bo. But as we saw, Rocky Barron was able to snag one late and extend that lead out for Lauderdale, for Launceston. And as we said, if they can be ahead or within striking distance of the three-quarter time, they'll be very happy. And they're currently they have that 5-point lead. So we have an absolute ball game on our hands in the last quarter.
Yeah, we certainly do. It was a really scrappy 30 minutes of football there. Lauderdale having repeat entries inside forward 50. Just couldn't quite capitalise. We run through goal kickers quickly. Cam Hooker with 2 and singles to Tyler Martin and Fletcher Hooker. So they only scored one goal for that quarter there. Lauderdale, Benny Hyatt with 2, our man Rocky Barron with 3, and setting the game alight down there. He's moving up the ground and then pushing back into the pocket. And then our man Max Skelly has got 1 for the visiting team. So interesting last quarter of football, Ryan.
Yeah, we're set for an absolute grandstand finish here, I want to say, at Skybus Oval. So 5-point lead to Launceston, 42 plays 37. Three-quarter time break. We'll be back with you for the last quarter in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back to Skybus Oval for round 4 State League action, Tasmanian State League action I should say, between Lauderdale and Launceston. And it's the Blues who are about to cause, if they can stay on with this lead, the upset, an early upset of the year here at Lauderdale. They lead this one by 5 points. Just the 2 goals kicked in that third quarter. First one a Cam Hooker for Lauderdale before the Blues responded late through Rocky Barrett, who's kicked 3. I'll let you take this first bit of play, mate, but we are set for a grandstand finish.
We certainly are. Big Hayden Smith gets first use. High, it's going to track this one down. Twisting, turning, looking for an option. Nice option there by Foley. Linking up. Alfred's just done. He's got absolutely dumped by Boscott.
Free kick, I think.
Umpire's going to give him a free kick, but Boscott's saying, I just bumped him.
I'm not too sure what that was for, Bo. I think it might have been a case of big man and little man.
Huge
That was a
bump
massive hit from Thor Boscott. And credit to Brody Power from when he was straight up on his feet. I'm not sure I would have been up that quick if I was hit by Thor Boscott the way he was.
Just went bang, Thor Boscott, inside forward 50 kick for Launceston. Jones, gonna mark it, umpire doesn't pay it. So a bit has happened to start off this fourth quarter. Now Jones taken in the tackle.
That occasion, Bo, player waits for thinks he's taken the mark, umpire hasn't blown his whistle.
Play the whistle.
Then he gets tackled. You'd think that would be a prior opportunity, you'd think.
Yeah,
but
I would have
again,
thought.
Another one that goes being.
Can't just expect the umpire to pay what they don't see. Dwyer, again, the old statement goes, play to the whistle. Dwyer's harassed, Pfeiffer. And pass out high is met heavily from Alan Christensen. Umpire Can't pay this holding the ball.
Good
He didn't have
tackle.
any prior. So Christensen is looking dangerous early.
Thing I love to start this quarter, Bo. Thor Boscott, first big bump, and then Alan Christensen, massive tackle. 2 leaders setting the tone early for Bombers.
They've come out here hot early. Boscott just shrugs the tackle, and then 2 Launceston players have him for company. So both teams have come out with some early aggression, Ryan.
Yep, massive aggression early. I like it. They know there's a lot on the line here. Bragging rights for Launceston, and if Lauderdale win, they slip to 1 and 3, I want to say. So it will be really dangerous on Anzac Day if they to also lose that game, because they'd head into a bye with a 1 and 4 record if they're to lose the next 2. But they're not out of this one yet. Umpire's called holding the ball there on Tyler Martin. He's not happy with that. So Josiah Burling, see Coach Mitch Thorpe there, he would be absolutely thrilled. I think win or loss today, Mitch Thorpe will be absolutely thrilled with the competitiveness of his side today. As we said, I think a handful, 7 or 8 ins, and they've been able to compete well with Lauderdale. As Poland takes a mark. He's got Bell Chambers in. He's found another teammate, though. Goes over the head of him in Patton. Bell Chambers with a handball now to Patton. Just the bounce does not set for him. Good tackle applied. Bombers will work this out. Sorry, Launceston will work this out well, the Blues. So 5-point lead still. 42 plays 37. Lauderdale, as we said, very inaccurate. 4 goals, 13. It's been a tale of the year so far. In every game, they kicked over 10 points in every game. So an area of concern potentially for that side heading into the rest of the year, as Hayden Smith just throws his weight around and he goes to go back at Josiah Burling, and he won't take a step back. We know Big Haydo, he loves the rough and tough of football. Gives it to Boscott. He's tackled immediately though. Does well to try to get a handball out. What's the umpire going to say here? He says, my ball. So he disguised that well. Did Thor Boscott, was tackled there by Isaac Hyatt. So 3 minutes and 15 seconds gone now. Smith taps down, was trying to find hooker. Ball goes to Blaschke now. Well played there by the second gamer. Again, as we said in that third quarter, it's been a very heavy stoppage second half. No Bryce Walsh out there for Lauderdale. Player that loves that kind of ball game. In and under. Smith gets a handball out. He finds Bell Chambers wide. Phil Bell Chambers from the paint of 50, the veteran. Not his best kick of the day, and that goes out of bounds, I believe, for a throw-in. Discussion here from the umpires. I think the goal umpire may give the overriding comment here. What's he going to say? Out on the ball, I think. So the goal umpire, we can hear there from the fans in attendance, not happy with that.
Not
so
sure about that. I think the
back in the
boundary
boundary
umpires,
umpire, I
you've got
think.
to trust
Yeah,
him on that
I think
occasion.
you're right, Bo. I think you got to trust the boundary umpire that he's going to make the right call. Even if he doesn't, you've just got to give him that belief that he's made it, especially early in the fourth quarter where there's not too much riding on that one.
Young umpires
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
So ball back on the wing now. Footy in the attacking half of Launceston. Lauderdale tackle there. Not sure that might have been obstructed from our view here in commentary, but Josh McGuinness is frustrated by that decision. Again, that man, Lenny Falk, I think it's his 3rd free kick for a high tackle today, Bo. So potentially Jack Ginnivan type, and he does well to disguise a couple with the umpire. Poland gives off to Boscott. Boscott with a long drifting handball. Great hand pass, as you said, Bo, to Sutton. Sutton kicks wide up the wing. He's got Christensen, his coach there for company. Good tackle, though, applied from Atkins. Pushing the backs as the umpire. Christensen wants to get up immediately, and Atkins just holds him up. So Christensen kicks short. Top of the attacking half to Patton. Bundy's going to try to go back inside. Kick inside to Blaschke. Can't take the mark. Had 2 to beat, and we'll get a boundary throw-in.
So 5 minutes and 30 seconds gone. This last game of round 4 TSL action. It's been a pleasure having you on the live stream this weekend. Umpire Curtis Reed's going to throw this one back in the field of play. It's a 5-point margin, shaping up to be a cracking finish. As Launceston travel down the highway to try and get their first win. Foley and Powerful have Blaschke up in a jam, and we see another stoppage. It's been a really heavy stoppage game today for both teams. Really think that Lauderdale would be missing Bryce Walsh in and under, trying to get that football. Pfeiffer just copping a hand to the face. There was Gillo. Blaschke's out in front. Tilly tired along the boundary line. Tilly shapes it up from nothing. And it's just going to shift across. And Lockie Presnell will take that mark deep in the back pocket.
Presnell, he's going to kick up the wing now, almost into the centre of the ground, but stays on that wing. Mark not taken over the back there by Bell Chambers. Gets a handball out anyway. Tried to find Boscott. He tackles that man again in Faulkner, and he's done it well on that occasion. As we said, he's got a few free kicks today for height.
Really liked his game today.
Yeah, he's played well, Lenny. Him and Faulkner and also the 3 goal kicker and Rocky Barron have done well in that small forward spot. Throw there, says the umpire from Franklin. He hasn't agreed as the Lauderdale skipper.
What do you want to get? Hand passed away there from where we are at least.
Potentially a bit stiff there. So Ben Hyatt has kicked 2 goals today, both in the first half. What can he do with the footy? Kicks it high up and under ball now. Smith's there. So's the ruckman. Smart there from Dwyer to tap that on with a fist. Launceston, I should say Lauderdale with the numbers. Launceston come now for company, and we'll get another ball in. So both said earlier late in that third quarter, confirmation that Jordan Lane made a successful return to the TSL via the Development League today. Kicked 5 goals, so
it's a bit of a halt in play.
Yeah, not too sure what this is for. Potential for Jordan Lane to come back in on Anzac Day. Also, Andrew Phillips not playing today. Potentially, we believe, either injured or a rest for Flip, given they do have a 5-day break heading into Thursday's match against North Hobart. So a few selection concerns or queries, headaches, whatever you want to say, for Lauderdale heading into the week. Sam Siggins, confirmation from Alan Christensen if all things go to plan. Siggo, the 3-time Lynch medalist, will be back for Anzac Day after going down in round 1 with, I believe from memory, a hamstring injury, both. So it would be great to see the great man Sam Siggins back in action as footy is again balled up by the umpire. So almost 8.5 minutes gone here in the last quarter. 5-point lead, no one yet to score in this last quarter. Foley kicks it away. He's got Hyatt there, but Vanderline beats both he and Alex Continenza. So a lot of talent we know out of this Lauderdale side. They were able to get a big win over Glenorchy last week. 88-point victors over the Pies, who were coming off that their first win in, I think, 1,300 days at Weehawken Bow in round 2. So this comp this year is very even. You might see some blowouts some rounds, but as we've seen today from Lonnie, State League footy is alive and well in its last year of existence, which is funny to say, but the comp is as even as it has been as Tate Winter flies and he gets plaudits from his teammates there. So, Bo, I think next goal is going to be crucial for either side. Whoever can kick this next goal, it's going to, I think, play a massive part in who wins this footy game.
Yeah, and I think Launceston having the bye next week, they'll try and give everything here. They'll put their body on the line. Obviously, that week's break is real. I think it's 2-week break actually. Is really valuable for both of these teams, as Franklin just dumps a kick out towards the interchange boxes and it really bounces on the windscreen with a few cars parked out there at the tip. It's a one-of-a-kind ground here.
That old school footy field. The old
love
tip.
To see it.
Yeah, cars you can
bring your cars in and stay warm. Smith and Dwyer. Dwyer's battled really well this afternoon. Him and Pfeiffer have took rotations in the ruck. Smith just bumped off. It was Presnell. Foley inside forward 50. Kick.
Great grab
from Hyatt.
Great grab.
Just flew Jonathan Brown style. Ben Hyatt.
That was a ridiculous grab, though. That was all the courage in the world there from Ben Hyatt. He, as you said, Jonathan Brown, Nick Rewalt style back in the day, went back with the flight. And if he can snag this, I'll let you call it, Bo. This will be massive for Launceston.
Hyatt, just to bring it back out to 11 points here. Finish his great work. It was one of the more extraordinary marks we've seen to cap off this season, or to start this season, I should say. Ben Hyatt looking for goal number 3. Kick is on its way, and Hyatt has got it.
Snuck in.
You can hear the Launceston faithful that are here absolutely loving it. That's his 3rd.
Not often I say I would love a replay, Bo, but I would love a replay of that grab there from Ben Hyatt. That was a ridiculously courageous mark from that young man. It deserved a goal. He's kicked 3 now along with Rocky Barron, so those two gentlemen have kicked 3. 1 to Max Scully. And as you said, Launceston have taken out a strong lead here, 11 points, 7-6-48, plays 4-13-37. So if Lauderdale were to lose this game, it'd be a case of inaccuracy costing them. But
I was just about to say, I think you can basically, if they lose this, you can put it down to one thing there. If it's there, everything else is there for Lauderdale. Just the inaccuracy. It's
Yep.
13 behinds. A lot of them gettable as well. Gettable set shots.
Yeah.
To go back into the middle. Smith. Hyatt. Powerfulman. Tumbling ball inside forward. 50. Who's there for the Blues? Off the hands of a few. Hat kick out from Poland. Going to dribble into the centre of Skybus Oval. Presnell. And now it's going to be McCormick. The big man, Hayden Smith, shrugs the tackle. Boscott in and under. Nice check kick. Fletcher's going to have Faulkner to beat, and he will. Fletcher, left foot kick out to Continenza. He's just hindered with. McCormick's going to try and win the race to this. Socket off the ground. Jones does well. Jones takes a bounce. Takes 2 bounces. Sizes up the goals. Liam Jones. Kick on goal. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, wow.
I think he got worried there, but I think he might have realised that he might have taken one too many steps after that third bounce.
One of the easier goals you'll see, Liam Jones.
Yeah, he should have nailed that one. That would have really given Launceston a big sniff here. But now Lauderdale are going to have to do some good work to get us out through Tilly. Tilly kicks wide to Sutton. So Lauderdale, danger signs now for the Bombers. This would be in the category for the biggest upset of the season so far. Racket kicks inside to Bell Chambers, gives to Tilly. What can Sam Tilly do from the paint of 50? Not his best off the boot, gives to Christensen. Bundy takes it one hand. He can't get his kick away. Lauderdale have the numbers though through Christensen, Perkins. We know what a talent Alan Christensen is, but clearly you can tell that he's just worked. He had to work himself into the game today. Probably hasn't been at his absolute best. Yeah, you can tell it's his first game back at senior level since late last year, around 23, 22, whenever it was. Played D-League minutes last week, but as we know, it's a step up when you come up to the senior side. So Bundy, but he's a player that we know has the talent to break a game open. He only needs 1 or 2 kicks in this last quarter to win it for his side. There's Powerfreyman. Launceston's captain kicks up to the wing, but it goes out on the full or a mark's taken. Take your pick. 58 for Lauderdale, and Williams will get it. So Ben Williams is going to bring it back inside 50 now. Who can fly and take a grab at the front's Launceston? Bell Chambers, he's starting to work himself into this game well in the last quarter. Kicks a high up and under. It's not to the advantage of Hooker. Good tackle though by Christensen. Not played for the free kick. As I said, he only needs a contest or two to work himself into a game of footy. Good tackle applied there, though, by Seth Pfeiffer. I think that man was Reece Sutton, it was.
You would know, Ryan, only played a half in the D-League.
Yeah, managed minutes. I think talking to Alan on Sunday, I think both he and Josh played more minutes than they expected due to some injuries, but managed minutes, given that he had to go in and coach the senior side last week. But played minutes, but as I said, not it's a bigger step up when you come up to the senior side. So it's 15, almost 15 minutes gone, I should say. Apologies there. 14 and a half minutes gone. 49 plays, 37.
Great to have all 240 of you on the live stream. Hyatt, hat kick out. Now, bringing it to ground was that Lauderdale player. Smith just shrugs the tackle. Shoalmaker's going to keep pursuing on him, and Smith happy to see that one over the boundary line.
Smart there from Smith.
4-13, yes. 13 behinds here, 37 to 7-7-49. It's been an ugly sort of game, but a lot of contest work. Both of these teams Launceston looking to get their first win. Lauderdale are looking to make it 2 on the trot. Smith. Hyatt. Taken nicely from Franklin. Umpire doesn't reward it. In and under there was Racket. Gillo with the head strapping on. Just couldn't quite get it forward. McManus, hat kick inside forward, 50. In the direction of Hooker.
Terrific mark there, Cam Hooker.
Looking for his third, Cam Hooker. And to bring it back within a goal. The number 38 has rejoined Lauderdale with his 2 other brothers. Cam Hooker just takes his time. 15 minutes and 45 seconds gone. He's been a serial assault on this goal face, I should say. He's had a lot of shots at goal. Cam Hooker. Kick is on its way. And it's just snuck through for a goal. So they've kicked their 5th of the afternoon. Lauderdale 5-13, 43 to 7-7-49. It's a goal apiece here. And then
We've got a ball game on our hands here on the TSL live stream on the AFL Taz YouTube channel. As Bo said, 240 of you with us. We thank you for your company this Savo. And you may have thought you'd tune into a relatively easy win from Lauderdale, given the discrepancy in these two sides, the experience that had come out of Launceston's lineup. But I tell you what, Launceston are up by a goal here, an even goal, and they are right in this ball game. 49 plays 43, 16 and a half minutes gone. And we are set for a massive finish of State League action here as we see all the experience heads in the middle there.
Power Freeman shifted off half back into the middle, Ryan.
Power Freeman for Launceston, Boscott for the Bombers, Franklin, I think that might be Fletcher Hooker, over the other side. Umpire, potentially it might have been one too many in for Launceston. No warning, I don't think, in TSL footy, but I'll have to double check the rule on that, but I don't think
it could be.
You get a warning.
Yeah, one warning. I think it might be.
Okay, so maybe a warning here. Looks like the umpire's looking to give the ball to Hayden Smith, so that's why I'm confused.
It will be, yeah, you're right, Ryan.
Yep, so maybe it's a no warning. We've seen it in the AFL, sides get a warning, but not in TSL footy, so Smith. So could this cost Lonnie a lead here? Ball goes inside, 50! Hooker flies, and I think he might have got a push, he has. So Launceston are going to rue that free kick inside the centre of the ground. Cam Hooker came out hot on the lead, he flew, and he was pushed as he jumped in the air, said the umpire. So Cam Hooker is going to go back for his fourth of the day, his second in the space of a minute. And if he's able to put this through the middle, it's going to tie this ball game up as we approach time on in the fourth quarter.
Coach Mitch Thorpe will be steaming with that free kick.
He will. Absolutely steaming will Mitch Thorpe be. So Cam Hooker from 45 metres out. Hooker, he can't put it through. So Cam Hooker, another behind. So 3 goals, 3 I want to say, Bo. I haven't written down his behinds today, but I feel like that's behind 3 or 4 for Cam Hooker. So 5-point ball game now, Bo Downham.
Burling to that outer wing, flying there was Winter. Barron's tapping it onto himself. Winter has in for company. Umpire calls play on. Smith hand passes it off to McManus. Kick, just checks it in the direction of Tilly. Nice job there from Kelp. Tilly shrugs a tackle of Power Freeman. Now to McManus. Inside forward 50 kick for McManus is just going to tumble in the Christensen direction. Atkins does well to hack kick it out. Probably going to look to come back in though. Winter just off the shins of him. In and under, Dwyer takes him in the tackle. Boscott bursting through. And now Faulkner just to get himself a little bit of time to go back. Suki over the head of Boscott. And now I think there might be Blaschke in there. Will be taken in the tackle of Lockie Presnell. A big 10 minutes.
It is, Bo. Massive 10 minutes here. Ryan Rosendale, Bo Downham with you on the call. 240 odd on the live stream watching. We thank you for your company. We are set for a massive finish here at Skybus Oval as Franklin just bursts his way through the stoppage there. He tries to give to Perkins. Lonnie with the numbers. What can Jeremiah Perkins do with a footy? Blaschke in there too. Gives it to Christensen. And Bundy just experience head finds a boundary line. So stoppage play inside forward 50. Deep inside forward 50 I should say for Lauderdale. 5 points down. We said that almost goal killer really, that last play, the free kick inside the centre square. Gave Hooker a shot, but he wasn't able to put it through. Christensen might have been taken high. Bundy, what can he do? Umpire says my ball. So as I said before, hasn't had his best day as Christensen. I think he's kicked 0-3, but he's been able to get himself in the game in this last quarter. He's a player that only takes a second or two to break your game open. Smith wins that one down in front of the Launceston ruckman in McCormack. So another stoppage, 49 plays, 44. As we said, 5-day break for Lauderdale heading into Anzac Day on Thursday. Lonnie with the bye next week. So they're going to give it everything here at Launceston. No Dylan Riley, no Jake Kilby today. Two of their more experienced players. Can they strike up a famous win without those two gentlemen? Boscott tries to shrug number 10 there in Bailey Gillow, the vice captain, but the boundary line beats both of those gentlemen. So we'll reset again. Boscott just gives Isaac Hyde a big shove on the way through. So ball back inside play now. Tap out from Hooker. Lonnie get stoppage outside 50. Push, says the umpire. So free kick now, Lauderdale. What can they do with this one? Kick inside. Mark not taken. Goes over the head of Perkins. Power Freeman with the footy. Kicks back outside the defensive 50. Mark not taken there by Racket. Lauderdale with the numbers. It's Franklin. He's got Williams inside if he sees him. He doesn't. Great tackle there from Ben Hyatt. He's going to be rewarded. Bo Downham holding the ball.
Ben Hyatt now. Ball in hand. Not long left in this final game of round 4 TSL action. Are Launceston going to save the game mode, or are they just going to keep pressing in? Interesting to see.
You wouldn't think there's long left, Boat. Not a lot of goals.
Long kick down the line. Who have they got? Flyers fly. Ball just off the hands of a few. Now taking in the tackle. I think it was that man Flynn Racket. So an ultra competitive game here at Skybus Oval. Smith, Dwyer, Foley in and under. Can't quite pick it up. Bit of soap on his hands possibly. And then Hooker in and under there, taking in the Foley tackle.
Had a few long quarters, haven't we? I think we had a 29-minute second quarter and mid-20s third quarter, so not too sure how long's left.
Stevenson will throw it up. Tilly, hack kick into the middle of the ground. Gillo just can't quite mark it. Nice job there from Bailey Kelp. Kick goes out wide to Sutton. Camera just didn't quite pick that one up. High free kick possibly. It won't be. And we see jumping on him there is Robbie McManus just to make that tackle a short ball up. So
this is big now for Launceston. This is massive. If they can get a clearance from this stoppage, they are every chance to win this game of footy. Ball goes up. Smith wins it down. Power Freeman is a beneficiary, and the skipper just breaks away. Brody Power Freeman, can he kick the ultimate captain's goal for Launceston? Brody Power Freeman does it! Lonnie take a lead late in the fourth quarter. Are we ready to see the upset of the season so far in 2024? Launceston have a miraculous lead, Bo Downham, and this has been a game of TSL footy.
Oh, it certainly has. 5-14 in accurate kicking, 8-7-55 here. Brody Power from the ultimate captain's goal. You spoke about it, Ryan. He's worked his way into this game. He's gone from half back. You see him there in your screen. Bright pink boots, number 23. Mitch Thorpe's moved those big three guns into the midfield. Sam Foley, Power Freeman and Hyatt. So
this will be a famous win, Bo. I think now Launceston are in the box seat to win this game, and a lot of people talk about the unevenness of state league footy, but if you look at the round 1 score this side had against Launceston, North Launceston compared to today, this is a terrific recovery from their mob. As footy goes back inside now, Tilly applies a tackle. As I said, this is a miraculous turnaround from 3 weeks ago. 180-odd point losers to North Launceston. 2 big losses to Kingborough and Clarence in consecutive weeks at home. And Tilly kicks that one inside. Mark taken, though, by Blaschke. Umpire
hasn't paid it.
Umpire hasn't paid it. So play on. Blaschke gets a handball out to McGuinness. And the former skipper. So confusion reigns there for everyone, including us in the commentary box. Craig Blaschke thought he'd taken the mark. Umpire said no. We said, Bo, another example of having to play to the whistle. So Burling brings it out of the defensive 50 now. Lauderdale, the clock is their enemy now. They need a goal and they need it quick. Sutton is set upon well by McCormack. Ball up. So 24 and a half gone. You'd think not long left now. 44 plays 55. The roar from that Launceston bench will be huge if they're able to walk away with a win now. Jones does well. Umpire says my ball. Hayden Smith's very vocal in there with the umpire. Has to be wary not to give away a free kick as the big man. So Smith and Dwyer. He's battled well today is Paddy Dwyer. Good spin out there by Sam Foley. Holding the ball though, says the umpire. Now the Bombers have to go.
So Ben Williams, this could be 50 here.
Yeah.
The cries. It should have been. Williams is going to have to play on quickly here. He does. Inside forward, 50 kick. Hooker!
I think it might be a free kick, Bo. I think potentially a mark or downfield.
Hooker's going to play on. Outside 50 from Hooker to get the back in contention, and it's a mark on the goal line. Josh McGuinness, umpire hasn't paid it.
I'm not too sure what happened there. That was from where we're sitting, Bo. That looked like a mark, potentially touched at some point, but Lauderdale one gone begging for them. So 10-point margin now.
So Burling. Kick it to that outer wing. Siren not long here, guys. Big kick, big flyers, big game players. Franklin Chip kicks inside forward 50 to Boscott. He's going to have to hurry up and play on here, thought Boscott.
Yeah,
He goes
he knows
back.
it.
He knows it. He's going to have a big, long run up, as we see Hyde on the deck with a bit of cramp. So,
Cut the margin of 4 here, Bo, if he can kick it, but
Thor Boscott looking for his first of the afternoon. The number 9 bleeds red and blue. From outside 50, Thor Boscott to put them back within 4. He's certainly done it, Thor Boscott.
great shoe, Thor Boscott. If we thought Lonnie were going to win this game, we might have been mistaken because it's back to 4 points.
And you can hear the jet sirens as well. They love it down there at Skybus Oval.
26, almost 27 minutes gone. Caught a lot of TSL footy over the years, and this is one of the best games I've been a part of, Bo. 6-15, 51 plays, 8-7, 55.
Low scoring, but who would have thought?
It's been a highly entertaining game of TSL footy, and we have an absolute grandstand finish on our hand now. 4-point margin,
Not
ball's
long left.
back in the centre. Can't be long left. I dare to say under 2 minutes here, if that.
Big
So,
balls in the midfield. Chase
umpire
Jones.
goes up. So Smith wins it down to a teammate. Can they get a clearance now, the Bombers? They'll need a clean kick. Tilly.
Oh.
Franklin off the deck, kicks it forward. What can they do here? Mark McManus might have been taken without it. Umpire says no play on. McManus gets back up on his feet. Handballs forward now inside 50. What can they do? Pressure on from Launceston. This is terrific from the Blues. And we'll get a stoppage in play.
Mitch
So,
Thorpe telling all his troops
Yep,
to
get
go back
back.
in that forward 50.
that's the message now from Mitch Thorpe. So can they hold on here, Launceston, for a famous win? Round 4 TSL. Smith wins it down, kick inside, can't get off the boot of Rackett. Now ball out now through Bailey Gillon, the vice captain. Can they hold on here, Launceston, I should say, sorry. I'm as nervous as everyone else, I think, on the live stream watching up North Boat. This has been a hell of a game of footy.
And Joe Gregory's going to be the man to throw this ball in. You can see the Lauderdale bench a little bit deflated. 6-15, 51, 8-7, 55 here. Gregory throws it in. Dwyer and Smith. Smith gets the hit out. He's just
Great tackle.
taken there from Dwyer.
He's been
And
super today, Bo.
He's been great,
He's
Patrick
been
Dwyer.
massive, Paddy Dwyer.
He's
Probably
come in.
There it is.
Launceston, first win of 2024. They've travelled down the highway to get a famous victory to start off their 2024 campaign.
That's huge. That is massive from Coach Mitch Thorpe and Launceston. Absolutely incredible. I don't think one person would have tipped Launceston today. And they have come away with one of the more famous wins in the TSL recent memory, Bo. 4 points, 55-51. No Dylan Riley, no Jake Kilby. And Bo, I'm a bit lost for words. That was a ridiculous game of TSL footy. And all credit to both sides for a good game of footy, but massive congrats to Launceston. They played exceptional football today.
Easily the game of the round there, Ryan. We'll go through your goal kickers quickly, and then we'll leave some closing thoughts. Thor Boscott nearly had ice in his veins with that clutch goal deep within the fourth quarter, and then Fletcher Hooker with 1, Tyler Martin with 1, and Josh and Campbell Hooker with 3. So really interesting game with the goal kick in front. They kicked 15 behinds there, Lauderdale, and then Benny Hyatt still was steering them over the line. Rocky Barron, our man, with 3, and then Brody Power from that captain's goal late when it mattered, and Max Scully got his first goal of his career.
Yeah, unreal game of footy. I'll run through best players. I might take Lonnie Bow and I'll give you Lauderdale. I thought Rocky Barron early was terrific, finished with 3. Ben Hyatt too, the goal kicker, finished with 3. I thought Sam Foley was terrific all day, battled well across half back and in the midfield. Bailey Gillow was good. Lenny Faulkner, as we said on the call, did a few nice things, and Brody Powerfriman didn't have his best day of TSL footy, but stood up when it mattered, kicked the ultimate captain's goal that really was the difference in the end. So I think for Coach Mitch Thorpe, as we said, heading into a bye next week, this win would set them up for a massive early back half of the year. That sounds funny me saying that, but an early back half of the year, probably in the next 4 or 5 weeks, to give them a lot of confidence heading into some big games of footy, Bo. For you, best players to Lauderdale?
Campbell Hooker got 3 goals, 4 around about there, so not his best day. There, Thor Boscott, inspirational leader, did some great stuff there down in the forward line. Nat Franklin, and also
Will Poland was good, I thought.
Poland
down back.
was great, and then I think
Tyler Martin.
Where's his name? Yeah, Tyler Martin. Just looking for him on here. Is Fletcher Hooker, that's
Yep.
what I was thinking of. He did
Yep.
some great stuff there in
Yep.
the midfield.
As we said, terrific four-quarter game at TSL footy. Again, goal kicking has probably cost the Bombers a win today. Cam Hooker could have scored one late, which had gone begging. But I think, really, if you look at this game as a whole, you'd think Launceston deserved the win. They were probably the best team across the majority of the game. And I think full credit goes to Coach Mitch Thorpe because, as we said, a tough first 3 weeks of TSL footy, but they've been able to get away with the win today. So it's been an absolute pleasure, and I say that wholeheartedly. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this game of footy to you. Bo Downham, thanks again for a great call.
Big shout out to Liam Borich on the camera as well, Ryan, and Ash Wilkes in the studio.
Thank you for the support of those gentlemen. My name's Ryan Rosendale from myself and Bo Downham. Thanks for being with us today, and we'll be with you again on Anzac Day. Bye for now.